Just let it Sophia's on me. Does age matter in relationships? Yes. No. Nope. Somebody say yeah. I tell you, I gotta get a better self-esteem. Hey, Miss Hudson, how are you, sweetie? You know, I always notice that the guys who are not as most attractive always got the most to say. Then again, a lot of the ones that are cute got the most to say. I need to get a shot of their self-esteem because it seems like they're up here and I'm down here. And then hits my page up. Unbelievable. So how are you, sweetie? I was thinking about something. I was like, I'm on a whole bunch of dating apps and stuff. And the thing is, I don't want to meet nobody. Guys be like, you want to meet up? I'm like, no, I don't want to meet you. No, because I'm not feeling. I understand people just want to meet you and stuff. And I should have put some makeup on. Oh, maybe I'll make it better. The thing is like, it's just crazy to me. Nobody really wants a relationship. I'm good just here cooking greens, putting the Christmas. Oh, okay. Put those decorations up. I was in playing with this wig. I'm waiting for this other one to come. Supposed to been here. But you know, it's like a long wait. And where I live, if you don't get downstairs, people take your stuff. I ordered some soap because I get like I have this thing. What I do is when I go to sleep, I sleep like this. And by me sleeping like this, if there's gel in my hair, it breaks my arm out. I don't celebrate it, but Ingram, but same to you. And I'm trying to start getting into these wig things. I don't like wigs, but I'm trying to. Thank you. I just don't really like. Thank you, royalty. I just don't like wigs. So I'm trying to learn how to change because I'm letting my real hair grow. So in order for me to let my real good hair grow, I don't want to put any tension on it. So due to the fact I'm not putting any tension on it, it's gonna you know, it's different. It's two worlds. Thank you, royalty. It's two different worlds. It's the weave world and it's the wig world. And these wigs. A friend of mine was like, well, you can master them because you mess with wigs. I said, but it's the difference. People don't understand there's two different type of hair. There's wigs and weaves. Anyway, so I'm waiting for my hair to show up. I know it was cheap. There was something for $10. Well, 10, is it $10? A $10 wig. Because I'm cheap. So I ordered this wig for $10. I'm waiting for it to show up. But you know the thing is, like, I'm on a whole bunch of dating apps, and I don't even go to them. Like when I go to them, it's like the same thing. When can we meet up? And you know what that means. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard in the world we're living in now. Well, it's always been hard, but I think when you're on a dating app and stuff, people are looking for a quick fix, sexual. Do you think it's better to meet somebody in person? Hey, world. Do you think it's better to meet somebody in person versus meet online? I feel like guys online are just looking for sex. And I could be wrong. Cause I did go out on a date with one guy, but he wants his payment, which is sex, and I didn't give it to him. So I don't know. I'm just over it, and I'm dead serious. Thank you, Hudson. Appreciate it. Even though I look ashy, I look ashy on this camera. Y'all know I'm not this. Y'all know I'm not this complexion, but I look gray or dirty or something. I gotta get a better camera. This camera is. This camera is very much this, because I don't even look this complexion, but I look dark in this camera. So, what you got planned for the holidays? Or should I say for the weekend? Hey, XB, how are you, love? I figured I'd come on early. I went to bed last night and I didn't wake up. I think I got like a cold when I was walking down the street yesterday because I went to go find this stuff because everybody's saying get some downy for the hair. They also say get some it's this new stuff that you spray in your hair. It's supposed to, it's not spritz, but it's like it's supposed to make the hair like really pretty and straight. So I went to my store to see if I could find it. So as I'm going down there, thank you, SB. So as I'm going down there to the store, this guy comes up to me and goes, "Hello, hello." Now he's all up in my face. And reminds you, we're in this coronavirus world. And he's all up in my face. I'm like, "Hello, hello, hello." Now y'all know I got anger issues. But I've learned to address it. And I still didn't say nothing back to him. Because I was gonna hit him in the face. I'm like, who wants to have a whole conversation in coronavirus? Like, I'm not having a full blown conversation with you. It's a coronavirus. People are literally dying. Like, for real, for real. This is not no joke. I got so many people that's told me their family done died from this stuff. People like still taking it as a joke. Why are you trying to get up in my? I mean, he's like in my face trying to talk to me. Stand away from. Exactly. I'm like, why are you trying to get up on my face, have a conversation with? Even when I went downtown, to purchase this hair, this guy comes up on the side of me trying. I'm like, yo, no mask, still trying to talk to me. Like I have no problem with saying. Actually, that's not true. I wouldn't say nothing back to you anyway. But the fact of the matter is the consistency of it. It's like, yo, y'all not taking it serious. I don't know if you sick. You don't even know if I'm sick. But at the end of the day, you in my face and you trying to have a conversation. And there's no mask. People don't care. The only time people care is when they're in the hospital dying. Then you like, oh, that's crazy though. So I've been downstairs like twice trying to find for this wig. This wig I get is like an Indian wig. It's long. Maybe made out of paper. But I just want to see what it do. And I'm dead serious. What is this? Comment on your link. So I was going through my past stuff that I noticed that I had did before. It is so much wrong within this world. And I had posted something, I think back in, it was a long time ago. I think it was must have been last year. About black men being held in bondage through thanks SB. So I looked at this thing that I had posted. Look at this. And these are black men. And they're being held captive by other black men. Look at this. And it's all over Facebook and stuff. He's not dead and stuff, but I'm just over it. I haven't XB. I haven't been to a lesbian bar. I thought about it, but I still think I'm gonna fall into the same wall if I do go to a lesbian bar. If I go to a gay woman spot, I'm gonna still fall into the same spot. I gotta find some females. I got a lot of them, but they all over further out south. This light is horrible. I don't know which one is worse. So far, I've been on here for 12 minutes and 13 minutes. Have you ever been in therapy? I go there all the time. I don't trust people, XB. I wouldn't go to therapy because I don't trust people. I trust no one. I trust no one. And that's a big problem for me. I don't trust the preachers. I don't trust the therapists. I don't trust the doctors. I trust no one. I barely trust the man that's laying in the bed next to me. I trust no one. I don't trust the people that brought me here. I don't trust no one. So I say to myself, I'm just all messed up. I wasn't always like this, but I think when it gets to a point where so many people let you down, I think what I did was I became unavailable. I feel like you can't hurt me if I wasn't in this position to be hurt. So what I did was I become unavailable. So I'm not around so you can hurt me. So I'm gone. So that's what I did. But I watch people say one thing and do another. I watch men who got good wives at home, got another girlfriend. I've seen too much. Hey, she don't need to. You can only trust yourself in the world. Amen, the baby. I understand it is slow process getting back. I don't, but you know what, XB, the thing is like with me is that in order for me to get there, I have to see a lot more good things. I need to see more positivity. Like I need to see that. I could feed it. Just show it to me. I will eat off of it. I go to videos that's very positive and stuff. I watch a couple videos. I watch um, prayer videos. I watch a lot of stuff that are positive, but And then I click a little further, and then they're not saying the same thing you said in that video. So it's like a hypocrite type of thing. So it's like, okay. So it's kind of hard to stay on a positive when people say one thing and do another. I have no problem with girls like you, but yet and still you killing us. I have no problem with gay men, but yet you killing it. I have no problem with women, but you beating them up, giving them babies and then leaving them. I have no problem with men, but yet and still, it's like I need to see. I don't celebrate it, Johnson. I need to see more positivity. I could feed my soul, but I can't feed it if it's not nothing positive. Even when I put this channel together, I try to do things that are positive. I monitor a lot of things when I do it. I monitor everybody, how they react to it and the views. People don't like nothing positive, but let me go up here and put a lot of negative stuff and it's a hit. I do death, it blows up. And we even prejudice within the death. If you're beautiful and black, you get more views. If you're beautiful, you get more views. If you're a trans woman that's been murdered and you known, you get a lot of views. But if you're a trans woman that hasn't been known, you get very little views. It's just so discrimination within everything. If you're a cisgender woman and you've been killed, people really don't care. Like, what am I missing here? People pick what they want to look at. People pick it, and it's horrible because these people have a life, and these people had a life, and I share their stories, and people don't really care about this one. I could do positive things as far as models and so it's hard to hold a balance on things when I watch how people react. When I did a video on 2 gay women being murdered, they were attacked by tons of white people. I'm like, yo, this part I did videos on a trans man being killed. The white people attacked the trans. It's like, yo, what is going on? Like, it was a white. So I guess since the fact of the matter that the person was white, the white people attacked them. I'm like, well, why would y'all attack too? One thing I learned about the black community, white community, we're more alike than different. Not in all cases, but at the end of the day, when we're talking about someone's death, at some point, why is it so important to throw dirt on their name? They're already dead. Like, why? But it's just horrible. And a lot of times, if you're not aware, a lot of things people are doing, you stay asleep to it. I talked to this other guy, and I told him, he's like, well, I want to date you. I'm not attracted to him at all. So at this point, I always tell men, I'm always honest with men. I'm like, listen, find somebody else. Like, I'm too far. Well, I want to be with you. Okay, that right there don't work with me. Because I'm already saying I'm not there. So I'm already letting you know, listen, I appreciate it, but I already know what's up. That's not the point. I didn't ask you know what's up. I just told you that I'm not, Then you want to get, then you was like, well, you're trans. I said, no, I'm not. Well, what do you call yourself? I said, I call myself a woman. No, you're trans. So I blocked him. But even for that, I've had sex with girls like you. I don't give a damn if you had sex with 100 billion girls. That's not my story. But don't compare me to the next girl. Just like I don't compare you to the next man. But at the end of the day, if I'm telling you from the door to get lost, to just go. But then you want to start throwing, like, come on, like, I don't got time for that. Then these guys want to get top. Exactly, Johnson. And that's the thing about it. It's like, you don't want me. You want sex for me. That's it. That's it. And then you use this fake ass line, well, I got more respect for you because you don't sell your body. Bitch, say what it is. Say what it is. The girl who's selling her body is a smart bitch. You the dumb bitch that's giving it away for free. So I appreciate you because there's nothing like going to the store getting free credit for nothing I didn't do a goddamn thing to earn it. Say that. Say what it really is, what you're saying. Say what you're really saying. Because at the end of the day, You don't give a damn about me. You're not trying to grow with me. You're trying to build with me. Only thing you're trying to do is have sex with me and then get out the damn door. Exactly, Johnson. Hello, beautiful. Good to see you again. I work a lot. I love your spirit. Hey, Nashville. How are you, Albert? Did your situation change a little bit, or you just still being like me? Because I'm with you, Albert. I get what you were saying. I get what you were saying before. I'm there with you. It's hard to have hope. And then when you do decide to give somebody a chance, it's the extra that comes with them. It's the extra. I just think we're dealing with a lot of wounded people in this world. It's a lot of wounded people in this world. Um, One of the satin stories years back was that trans teenager who walked in front of a truck to commit suicide. Yes, they do, XP. That's the thing. But you know what the thing is? You know what the thing is, XP? And this is the thing I keep telling y'all. Protect your spirit. I'm telling you, protect your spirit. If it don't feel right, go. See, a lot of times when a man or a woman is cute, we'll stay around. But if it's the truth, it's the truth. You may not want it, but it's the. Hey, Jerry. Hey, pretty sexy lover. Hey, Devon and Sarah. Their hair color makes you even more fun. Thank you, um, Divine. Yeah, but that's the thing about it. It's like, oof, I need a better camera phone. But I'll wait till it falls out. Hey, Jerry Hill. What's the matter, Jerry? Why the sad emojis? You know, it's just crazy though. I don't know. Good afternoon. Yeah, I was watching this, I think this own network called Looking for Love, or somebody ring on it or something. And I was watching it and stuff. And I realized we're flawed creatures. We're all flawed within our own. Trust we've been with. Preacher, right? Your spirit is important. It's true. You have to. And that's the reason why people commit suicide. People commit suicide not because they want to die, they just want to get out of pain. And once they connect, finally hear that part, they won't try to kill themselves. Like, you just want to get out of pain. You don't want to die. You just want to get out that pain that you're feeling. And the reason why you're in that pain is because you let people get in your head. That's why you have to do the detoxing. And that's the thing. Are you having? Yes. I'm on my second cup. My second cup of coffee. And that's why they want to commit suicide. They don't want to die. They just want to get out of pain. Sexy, I'm dealing with it. Life is good. Stay positive. I'm with you. Yeah, Albert, you have to. That's what I be saying. You have to protect your spirit. You have to. That means sometimes you have to. I always say this, date yourself. Take yourself on walks. Put your earphones in your ears. I mean, you don't have to, but this is what I do. I put my earphones in my ear, and I keep moving forward. People walk up to me all the time. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. And always that's the gray area that I hate about me. Because I have a gray area. And they be like, oh, they know what's up with you. They know it. I said, no, they don't. I don't care how many times you try to get in my head to tell me men know what's up with me. A lot of men do not know what's up with me. And the thing about it is that I'm always thinking that gray area of Mr. Right could have come and I pushed him away because I didn't have a conversation with him. And I kind of stayed within this spot. Now, a lot of times men do come up to me and stuff, but I don't know what to do. I saw this girl walking past me. She had blonde hair on. And at first I didn't look at her, but she kept walking past, walking, and I saw her face. When I tell you, she looked broken, like broken up. She looks broken. And all I keep thinking is, somebody put her in this spot in order for her to be there like that. And she just looked hurt. I saw another woman and she looked broken. And I'm like, wow, hey Daisy, thank you. And she looked broken too. So it's like, I be wanting to tell people, you got to protect your spirit. You got to. But a lot of times when you tell people stuff like that, they may snap on you. Because if people ain't ready to receive something and they within their feelings and they being mean, you just got to let them stay in it. Mm-mm. You gotta let them stay in it. And that's for real. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So I went and I joined. I'm on Tinder. Uh, I'm like this. It's kind of. I'm on Grinder, which is like. I'm on Badu, which is like crazy. Um, this says when I what I did was I sent them my picture and stuff. So when I sent my picture, they said, if this is you, take a picture with your hand up like this. I took my hand up. So they got my proof videos and stuff. Not my proof videos, my proof pictures that it's me. I mean, the thing about me, I could care less. But so this guy comes on there on, I think somebody told me to go on Badu. I see why though. So I'm on Badu and stuff. And I come back. Let me see. Tinder sucks. All those pictures of men and their dogs. XP. I was looking at that. I was like, I'm a dog lover. Okay. I noticed that too. I was reading that. What do you think about men that want us girls to be all worked when it comes, do all the work? The thing about it, Blonde, is that a lot of men feel privileged because they're in high demand. But as long as you know your worth, the reason why men feel the way that they do is because women, two-spirit women, and gay men put them on a platform like this. So they got so much to juggle from. They got too many people. So they're like, well, shoot, everybody want me. And they don't. But at the end of the day, there are some females out here who will be with him. There are some two-spirit women out there that will be with him. There are also a bunch of gay men out there that will be with him. So his whole self-esteem is on 10. Then when he finds somebody like me, aka the jaded bitter bitch, he's like, well, what's your problem? What's your problem? Now, I've met men like that take pictures of how cute they look and stuff like that. And then when I didn't respond to them the way the other girls did, they attacked me for not giving them their praises. I was like, get your praises for them. That's not me. And they get all offended and stuff. I'm like, yo, I don't got time for that. But a lot of times he's that way. It's because he's had his big. I bump in a lot of men like that though. A lot of men, even the ugly ones. I'm like, really? But honey, when you know your worth, you just walk right back around. But anyway, so I was on Badu, and it says, so when I came back, it's like, you're really popular. You have like 100 people trying to inbox you. I'm like, I'm not going through this. So I let 30 in, but it was like still going like bing, 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 bing. I'm like, yo, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I clicked the one guy's picture and stuff. He was like, I like the girls like you. I have sex with you because I treat y'all like real girls. Hear what I said? He said, I treat y'all like real girls. That's when you say a little too much. Now I'm offended. What about Bumble? I'd be XB. I never heard about Bumble. But I tell you the name Bumble makes me want some tuna fish. Bumblebee tuna fish. I don't even know nothing about Bumble. But I'll go on it now. What is it about Bumble? Tell me about it. I shouldn't be going any sites, but I think it this way. If the men keep seeing my pictures, they're gonna see if I'm on some escort site. Now normally I use Raven, so I'm gonna let you make your search on me in Google Easy. So when you find me, you're gonna find me. So it's not like you can't find me. So I put my name out there so you can find me. But the thing is like, mm-mm. What is Bumble about? I've never used it. I think the girls must make the first move on it. It's amazing. The girls have to make the move for everything, but there are a lot of gay men after the straight men too. There are a lot of them, and I always feel like a straight man will mess with another man if he thinks he's cute. If he think he's cute, he'll mess with him. He just ain't gonna tell nobody. You gonna have a girlfriend, but he ain't gonna tell nobody. And the reason why I know is because before Uberland, I used to work in this building, right? Not this one, but another place I used to work at. And this guy was trying to take me out, and my cousin got arrested dead. He saw the guy in my building, not this one, this one I used to live. And my cousin was like, "Yo, who's the gay dude upstairs?" I said, "He said he's straight." He said, "He ain't straight. That guy's gay as hell." You are working that look very sexy. I need a beautiful goddess. I never had problems with my looks. I keep myself hardworking and 5'10", dark brown. And God bless. Thank you, Albert. Yeah, XB. Now, remind you, this is before this land. So I always had long hair. So this guy was like really into me. And I kind of, I get that gaydar go off. And I'm like, I don't say nothing because I'm not approaching him. And like, I'm not, it goes off a lot on me. And I'm like, So I'm working and stuff. He kept saying, he took me out he took me somewhere. He was like, "Yeah, you want to come with me to somewhere?" I forget where he took me. But come to find out, he had a girlfriend and another dude, and me. Now the thing was, me kind of looking at this other guy, and I'm watching how they're interacting, and I'm like, is that his boyfriend? Now he got his girlfriend sitting next to him in the car. Well, she treated her like dirt. If she only knew that he was into dudes, right? He was treating her like dirt. I mean, he used to treat her like dirt. And she attacked me. She was like, "Oh, you just want my man." And I was like, "I don't want your man." I said, "I don't want your man." I'm like, she was to come after me and stuff. So evidently there was conversation going on behind the scene. So I was like, "I don't want him." One thing about me, I never had a problem getting a man if I want. If I want him, I can have him. But the thing was, he wanted me, and he had another dude there. And basically, what I'm thinking is, this other dude was sitting next to me in the back, and I'm watching them, you know, and the way they used to talk to each other, like they didn't talk to each other, they used to talk to each other. So I used to watch them and stuff. And remind you, the dude who brought me there, he had the other dude, got 3 kids by a female, and he's got this female here, and he treats her like dirt, and he hates his mother. Okay, so we're in the car, so we going. I forget where we was going. This is a long time ago, and I forget where we was going. So, somewhere along the line, I ended up going back home. I forget where we were going. So anyway, I ended up going back home. So I go back home and stuff. and I back down to my apartment. He went to his apartment upstairs. He was upstairs, I was downstairs. This other guy, he lived all across town. So, and a girlfriend. So one time I was out there working in the building because I used to be the superintendent. So I was working in the building, I look out the window. He was arguing with his girlfriend. And he was telling her that he's like, yo, screaming. I mean, he's screaming like a, like a bitch. And she looking at him in the car. And I'm sitting at the window and I'm just looking. So he's screaming at her and everything. So he jumps out the car, start walking. She was like, I don't understand your problem. He was like, get out my car. So he opens up the car door and she's about to he pushes the car door on her. This is a female. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. And I'm like, so I'm watching, I'm walking on the way. I'm like, that wouldn't be me. I ain't getting in it. The one thing I don't do is get in females and boyfriends fights, because I'm going to tell you what they do. I had a fist fight with this guy for fighting his girlfriend. I had a fist fight at the time I had a boyfriend. Let me just finish this story if I move over. So I saw this, right? So I went downstairs to my apartment. So a couple of days, or I don't know. Anyway, so I'm on upstairs. He spots me. Say, hey, come here. So I'm like, what? So he's like, I heard you went to this modeling fashion show. I was like, yeah. He said, you be trying to get all the damn men. That's your problem. You want all the men. I was like, what are you talking about? He said, you want every damn man in the fucking world. That's your problem. I'm like, what are you talking about? First of all, what I do in my life and my business is my business. He's like, but you want every man. So then he takes his dick and he pulls it out. He was like, yo, suck my dick. I said, I wish the fuck I would. So then he grabs me and I was like, yo, I'm telling you. So he starts laughing and he tries to take my face to try to kiss me. And I'm like, yo. So I'm pushing him. The phone rings. It's his girlfriend. And I'm like, yo. So I'm about to leave out. He grabs me and he's pulling me. And I'm like, so, well, I have anger issues. So you already know. So then he's like, now she's on the phone. He's going. So he's trying to signal me like, don't leave. So I left. So now he's pissed off at me. Now remind you, he's attracted to me. I don't want dude. Hey, pretty natural. So I don't want dude, but dude is attracted to me, right? So this is before this. So, oh yeah. And the thing is, okay, fine. I mean, the man, to be honest, the man is fine as hell. The man is drop dead gorgeous. Y'all want me to tell you who he looks like? He looks like Mount what's his name? Okay. Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. That's what he looks like. Hey, color. So that's who he looks like. And he's tall, he's fine, just like that. So I'm looking at him, so I'm getting out I lift out and I live on and stuff. And then next thing I know, I went to this because my teacher told me she wanted me to go to when I was in school. She told me that she wanted me to go to this fashion show. This fashion show was in Orange. So I was like, okay. She said, I want you to compete against this guy. Because this guy, I can't stand him. And he think he the finest thing walking on the earth. But once he see you, everybody's gonna be staring at you. So I'm like, okay. She was like, okay. So I think she low-key was setting me up to find me a man. Because I never told her what I was into. But I think she kind of knew. But she didn't let me know. There's a black female. She was my school teacher. So we became really cool. And I guess she was like, you don't have a girl. Most men are confused. They want to hang long in between doors. And I know a lot of guys from jail. And this is that's so true. So I go to do this fashion show. So I take my cousin, who looks like me, but he's passed on. And He messed around too, but that's a whole nother story. I can't really share that because his children may be on this live and his children don't know about their dad. But anyway, so he went with me to this fashion show, and we went to there, and we got there and stuff, walked in and stuff, we waiting and everything. It was like an African fashion show, African everything, African that. So I brought my suit with me and stuff, and me and my cousin sit down and we was watching the guys walk in and stuff. And I saw this really pretty guy walk out. I was like, oh, he is pretty. He had long hair. He was light skinned. He had very wavy hair. It was long. I said, he is pretty. My cousin said, you going to go after him? He said, you could pull him. I said, I don't know about that. He's like, I'm telling you, you could pull him. I said, I don't know about this. So the guy walks into me and he's like, yo, what's up? So he high fives. Hey, Turkey. So he high fives me. He's all hardcore. He's like, yo, what's up? How you doing? So we like he really rough. So I'm looking at him and my cousin like this. Okay. So maybe he's not, down. So I'm watching him and stuff. And I'm looking at him. But I was like, okay, whatever. So he walks off and stuff. So we go into the fashion show. So my teacher comes in. She's like, this is the guy right here. She's like, how much you mean? So she introduced me to the same guy. So I was like, how you doing? He's like, hi, how you doing? So he looks at me. He gave me a look. And anybody knows that look when somebody's interested in you. So I looked away because I was like, I'm confused. I'm here to compete against him. You introduced me to him. And now he's giving me the look like he likes me. But over there, he was acting hard. But now he's okay. So here it is. We out there and we going to the fashion show and stuff. And then it came time for clothes. So y'all know I got a lot of clothes. So thank you, turkey. Deep fried turkey. So we get inside so we about to do a fashion show. He didn't have all his clothes. So I was like, listen, you could wear my suit. He was like, wear your suit? I said, yeah, you can wear my suit. And he was shorter than me. So I gave him my suit and stuff. He put it on. He was like, I can't fit. So I'm fixing my suit on him. And I'm kind of like dressing him in the back. And I'm looking at him and he's looking at me like this. Now he's smiling and I could feel his smile on me, but I'm like, I'm not, So now remember, I was brought there to compete against him. He didn't know why I'm there. I was brought there to compete against him by a female. And here it is, which I think she was trying to set me up on a date with him because she felt like he was a little. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. So I'm confused. I'm here with this guy with my cousin. And my cousin is like, we're confused, like we don't know what's going on. So I put the stash, I think the African thing around him. She looks intoxicated against right here. So I'm looking, I'm looking at him, everything. So I fix him and he's staring at me. So I fix his tie and I'm doing his tie. And so I'm doing everything. He's looking at me like he would not turn away. So I'm like, okay, fine. So we get there. I watch him walk in the fashion. Remember, I had to walk in the fashion show too, but I only walked one time. They walked him through a lot. Now the African lady who saw me told him she didn't like me. What gets better? So at the end, when we do the finale and stuff, we all do the last walk. We do the Marlon last walk, and we come back and stuff. And we come in the back. We taking our clothes off. I'm like, yo, give me my suit. I'm about to jet. Like, I don't know what's going on. Me and my cousin, we about to jet. We about to go get some Mad Dog 2020, get some beer, some fried chicken wings with some hot sauce and ketchup and some French fries. And we about to eat and get drunk driving, going home. So we get to get something to eat. So we get to go to the car and stuff. So he comes up and said, thank you and stuff. So he give me my suit and he says, before you leave, I want to introduce you to my girlfriend. We was like, girlfriend? So his girlfriend comes out and she's like, hello, how are you? So I'm like, so me and my cousin was like this. Girlfriend? Okay. So I mean, you eyeing me. You let me know you want me. You into me, and then you go pull out a girlfriend. So I'm like, yo, you got a girl, like so. So anyway, I got my stuff. He was like, look, I want to stay in touch with you. Give me a number. I said, oh, you wanna stay in touch with me? Okay, fine. I'll give you my number. And then he says to me, I gave him my number and stuff. And my cousin went home. We was like, yo, this got a girlfriend. That's funny. Oh, that's what I thought too. But that's not it at all, Turkey. That's not. It gets better. So I go home and stuff. So I drop my cousin off. I drop my cousin off. I come back to my house, and I'm like, I'm in the house and stuff. So I called my cousin. I was like, listen, you want to go hang out? Because I'm gonna go to the club in New York. I'm go, to the gay bar. And my cousin was like, no, I can't go. Okay, fine. So I was like, I'm gonna go by myself. And so then he calls me on the phone. So I'm like, hey, hello. He was like, hey, what's up? How you doing? He said, do you remember me? I'm so and so. I was like, yeah, I remember you. He was like, I got a question I want to ask you. I said, okay. Like, okay, we go with this. Okay, what's the question? I want to know, are you gay? I was like, yeah. He was like, well, I'm not. And he starts laughing. Oh, ho, 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 you're gay. Ho, ho, ho. So I was like, what's so funny? He was like, well, I just don't want you to think I'm gay because I'm not. I was like, okay, well, I'm about to go to the club. What kind of club you going to? A gay one? I said, yeah. Oh, ho, 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 oh, ho, ho. I said, yo, listen, this is what we're going to do. I don't know why you call me. I said, but I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm comfortable how I roll. If that's not what you into, that's fine. I can respect you, respect me. You got a girlfriend, and I like men, so we good. Oh, so you going to the club to meet a man? Absolutely. I ain't going there to meet a woman. So, all right. He said, well, have fun, be safe, and make sure you use protection. I was like, yo, you doing too much. You saying too much and you doing too much. So anyway, I go to the club. I'm hanging out with stuff. Um, it was different. It was in New York City. The men want you to hey, well, so I go out. I go out and I go out. I come home. Now, I remind you, I go home and I come to the house. I'm getting in the bed. You know how you be tired because you've been out drinking. So you have drunk. You have drunk and you have like you're tired and you're drunk. I would park my car downtown and I would catch the train and I would leave because I didn't want to get caught by the cops. DWI because I know I was gonna get drunk. So and then when you have to stay, you were okay. Yeah. So the thing is that I went, got home, I got in the house and I'm tired. I get in the bed, my phone is ringing. Okay, what's up? Just checking on you, see if you got home okay. Why you want to know if I got home okay? I just want to know, did you meet anybody? Why'd you ask me did I meet anybody? Well, I'm just asking you, did you have a good time? Now remind you, oh, the gate already was going well. Hey, Maxine, how are you, sweetie? So the gate already went off on him way for when. So I'm just waiting for him to, and the person who said swingers, that's the same thing I thought. I was like, oh, they must be swingers. Like something is not. She must be in on it. This must be some. I don't know what's going on. This is gullible Raven. This is not the Raven y'all know now. This is gullible. This is leading up to the bitch I am now. But this is way back when I wasn't so. I was more vulnerable, thinking that the world was a great place and everybody was. This is way back then. So I was playing with you, your mind, and wanting to go clubbing with you while listen all this thing. Okay. So I get home, he's asking me questions and stuff. So I'm like, okay, fine. So He said, well, I want to know when can I hang out with you? So I'm like, you want to hang out with me? Now you just told me you ain't into people like me. Oh, Raven, you should make exactly. I agree with you, Brown. He was deep into you. It's stupid. But I think it was Albert, he wasn't ready. Hey, Martin. So anyway, he was like, well, I want to know when can I hang out with you? Now, why do you want to hang out with me? I already told you I was gay. You got a girlfriend. Well, I want to know when can I come over here with you? So I was like, okay. When do you want to hang out with me? He said, I want to come hang out with you today. I have my girlfriend drop me off at your house. I said, do you live with your girlfriend? He was like, yeah. Okay, this is awkward. So your girlfriend's bringing you over here. He said, yeah, but I'm not gay. I said, okay. You're not gay. Fine, that's fine. Okay. So he was like, when can I come over? I said, come over when I wake up. I'll call you. You come over. He says, okay, but how long I got to wait before you call me? So anyway, exactly, Queen Bee. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I could wake up and stuff because I'm tired. So he wants to come over. So okay, fine. So I get washed up and stuff, and because I'm actually tired. I'm still drunk, but I'm pushing it out. Get some Lipton tea to push it through my system. Right. Yeah, exactly, XB. Exactly. That was the problem. Um, so he comes to my house and stuff. He got his hair pulled in a ponytail. This guy was so pretty. Y'all ever see the DeBarges? You ever see James DeBarge? James DeBarge at the DeBarges? He was like that. He looks well. He don't look like that, but he's pretty like that. And had his hair pulled to the back. He was Indian, and it was pulled all the way to the back. So we get up there and everything. So he comes to my house and stuff. Now his girlfriend, I don't want to disrespect women, but his girlfriend was not, all women are beautiful, but his girlfriend was not as pretty. She looked more like regular. She wasn't like a supermodel or nothing. To me, I think he picked her to make himself shine. That's how I feel. Like he, not saying any woman is being so like misconstrued, but she was not as beautiful as he was. And not saying you have to be beautiful. Everybody like what they like, but at the end of the day, she was not. And I felt like he was with her because he wanted to make himself shine more when they was out together. And every time somebody would see them approach, like, why is he with her when? But anyway, so I'm sitting there watching and stuff. So he comes over to my house. How you doing and stuff? And remember, this guy was hardcore. Like he didn't act all this feminist stuff. He was hard. Like he didn't act gay. He didn't have gay tendencies and stuff. But when he looked at me, he looked at me like he was in love with me. And I kept turning my head because I felt it. Maybe he didn't get made up before dropping him off at your place. Maybe he didn't get made up before dropping. No, he was hardcore Brown. He was not gay acting. He didn't act like a girl. He acted like a real hardcore dude. In fact, have y'all ever heard of that rapper called Ice Cube, the one that got in trouble with Donald Trump? He act like him. He act like him. So that's just to give you an idea of his aura he gave off. No, he wasn't DL. He he was attracted to me. And this, y'all ever hear that thing called "It's always one that'll get you"? It's always one that'll get you. There's always, even women say they don't like women, but there's always a woman that could get her. Even say men don't like men, but there's always a man that could get him. Even the men say they don't like two-spirit women, there's always a woman that could get him. There's always somebody that could get you. So there's always somebody that could get you out your what you think And all of a sudden, the test comes like, oh my God. Yeah, there's always one that could get you. That gets you. Just like with me, when I told you I met a female, there was always, I'm like, I'm this way, but I met this female. I was like, yo, it's always one that could get you, like pull you all the way away from you and bring you to her world. Okay, let me stay focused. So, gays don't act hard down on me. No, but that's not what he was, Turkey. He wasn't down low. The thing is that, see, y'all trying to put a label on it. These type of guys are scary. No, the thing about it is that this is the thing. When you are attracted to somebody, it takes you all the way out of your element. That's why two-spirit women have problems with these men, because you're taking them out of their element. They're not used to this stuff. They don't know how to move. They don't know how to move around it. They don't get it. They're stepping into a whole nother world. So it's kind of like being a black person and everybody that you're dating. I mean, everybody in the pool is all white. And here it is. Everywhere you go is another white person. You're trying to move around and try to understand what's going on because you're the only black person there. But actually, if nobody has a problem with you and you're trying to figure it out, that makes sense. Um, yeah, I'm going through that now. He's telling me he's not in it, the trans world, smooth, but with me, Tom telling me look pretty and said, that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. We feel as though people have to be a certain, and it's not true. You're taking somebody out of their comfort zone and you're introducing them to something whole totally different. And we want to say, oh, they was already into it. That's not true. Hi, Miss Fern. How are you, sweetie? Hope you're feeling well. So anyway, so he comes to my house and stuff, and he got two pearl earrings and stuff. He was really spiritual. He was very, very spiritual. I mean, y'all know I deal with spirits. He was on the same level as spirits with me. He's on the same spiritual level with me. So then I'm sitting here and I'm talking to him, and I'm watching something happen with him, and I'm watching his face like starts transforming, and his face started taking on different entities and stuff. Now, me being a spiritual person, looking at this man's face, I think if a person watching spiritual like me, they wouldn't be aware of what's happening. So I'm watching his face is shifting, like it's turning to different people's faces. I'm going, now I'm quiet, and I was like, what's up with you? And he was like, nothing. So I'm like, well, your face is changing. Like it's changing into different people before my eyes. So he's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Turk, a shapeshifter. So his face was changing and stuff. Now remind you, no, it's not evil. It's not evil. The thing about it is, if you don't understand something, don't label it until you get it. And a lot of times we stamp something, they said black people evil. Anyway, so the thing is, I'm watching it shift and stuff. So I'm like, well, how does that happen? He says, well, I won't say too much about his business. I'm giving up too much. I'm not giving his name. So the thing is, yeah, the thing is, him as honey. So the thing is that I'm watching this stuff. So I'm looking at this stuff, and y'all know I talk about spirits and stuff that it bothers me. That's what happens to him. He has spirits that bother him and stuff like that. And we go through these things to channel and stuff. So we deal with it. Okay. So then now I'm curious, like, okay, y'all know I have trust issues, but this is before then. So then he's looking at me and stuff. He's like, well, it's something about you. So I knew the spiritual connection, but I wasn't going to say nothing. Like, I'm not going to tell the left hand with the right hand, because I'm trying to figure out who you are. Who's this man who keep laughing at me for being gay, but you straight, and your girlfriend brings you over to my house? Okay. This is before this. So Raven was a hot mess. I said, listen, I don't want to tell you too much about it. I was a hot mess. And I was not look, I'm trying to play it down. And I was not letting a man become dominant over me. He wasn't going to be dominant with me. I was going to be the dominant one. He's going to be the submissive one. It wasn't going to go down the wet way with me. I wasn't being played like that. You wasn't going to play me. So at this point, he's talking to me and stuff. We're at one point. Okay. So, okay, come with me. So the thing is like, okay, so then we come to the house, stuff like that. He was like, so we're talking and stuff. I mean, he is super pretty. I mean, he's real pretty. So I'm looking at him like, now I could respect you. If you say that's not your thing, that's not your thing. So he looks at me and stuff. He's like, you know, I just want to be around you. You're a pretty cool person. I like you. So it's okay, fine. So we talked and stuff. I guess he was interviewing me. So we talked, we ate, got some chicken wings, da da da. I was like, yo, it's time for you to go home. It's time to get back out. So it's like, oh, this is one thing men always say to me, oh, you're kicking me out. Yeah, you gotta go. I was living with my mother. This how long ago it was. I was living with the woman who birthed me. And before any of this gay stuff get out, you getting the hell out my house. Because you ain't gonna be the one to out me to this crazy ass woman I'm living with. Because she don't like gay people and she will not like you. And you coming a full-blown package of being pretty. You got to go. So it's like, okay, I didn't tell him that. So, okay. Don't forget to hit that like button. Oh, thank you, Hudson. It makes, different. Free. I need you kicking me out. Yeah. And that's the thing. So okay, fine. He calls his girlfriend. He's like, yo, I'm being kicked out. I was like, you're not being kicked out. You just gotta go. Like, come on. Like he was at my house literally for 8 hours. 8 hours. You're in my house for 8 hours. You gotta go home. But I like being around you. Okay, that's fine. But you gotta go. But I love the Indian statues. Okay, fine. You gotta go. But we're so connected. I know. But you gotta go. I don't know where you're going, but you're getting the hell out of here because I got a crazy ass bitch of a mother coming in here. And So, all right, fine. So then he goes, and next thing you know, the girl comes to pick him up and stuff. You can't kick somebody out. Just leave. Exactly. That was your husband. XB. Oh, it gets deeper. It gets deeper. So then he goes home. She comes to pick him up and stuff. Okay, fine. He calls me, gets home. I'm home since you kicked me out. I ain't got nothing to say. So I'm going to let you get it all out. I can't believe you kicked me out. You sent me home. I was like, you got a girlfriend. So what? I told her about you. Okay, what about it? He was like, well, I told her that we're going to be friends. Oh, we're going to be friends? Like, what? Exactly, Max. I'm like, what you mean we're going to be, like, I don't even know you, dude. Like, what? Okay, well, whatever. Maybe they swingers. Or maybe he trying to see if I could be in the bed with both of them. Like, they want me in the bed with both of them and stuff. So I'm like, I don't know what this, like, I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Okay. So he calls me the next thing. Can I come and see you again? I was like, why? He said, because I miss you. I said, listen, I like guys and I don't want to mess up my opportunity of me finding a man, messing with you. I don't want to be around you, dude. Like, yo. So it was like, I got something I got to tell you. I was like, what? He's like, I'm in love with you. I said, okay, I love you too. He says, no, you're misunderstanding me. I'm in love with you. So I'm like, so Albert, you're funny. Albert says no disrespect, but he wants that back. So, okay. So the thing about it is, I'm we in the house and stuff. So he's like, I want to come see you. I said, you in love with me? Okay, be prepared. Now remind you, I'm not a bottom. So I was like, no, ain't no man going inside of me. That's not gonna work. So he's like, well, I want to I want to be with you. You had him messing like, yeah, that happened at this happened at the fashion. Like I already knew what was going on. Nah, Raven must have put it on. No, the thing about it is that when he came to my house and stuff, and he said to me, "Can I get a kiss?" I said, "A kiss?" After we, well, wait, I'm going too fast. Okay, let me stay focused. Stop sending the words that y'all making me read. I'm trying to stay focused. So he can say I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you too. He said, no, I'm really in love with you. And I told my girlfriend that I may find the perfect one for me because I may not be with her forever. And I think it's you. I was like, oh, it's not me. He says, I think it's you. He said, because I'm at this certain film. I said, well, it's not me. I'm not the one you're supposed to be with. He said, no, I really think it's you. He said, I'll find out. Can I come over to your house? So I'm like, okay. Now he wants to come to my house. This is in the beginning, y'all. This is not who I'm now. This is way in the beginning. Keep that in mind. It's not who I'm now. This is way in the beginning. I was really vulnerable. I was really gullible. I saw the world with flowers. I didn't. The way I'm now is nothing then. Okay. So he comes to my house and stuff, and he was like, how you doing? He gives me a hug. I'm looking at him, and I'm like, okay. So I'm looking at him and stuff, and I was like, he's really pretty. Like he's really, really pretty. And I'm looking at him and stuff. I'm like, okay. So he's sitting next to me on the couch and stuff. So at this point, I'm like looking at him and stuff, and I'm like, okay. Then he says to me, I want to know what it's like to be with you. I said, what do you mean? I want to know what it's like to be with you. Then he wants to give you the backside. Back to Phil. Yeah. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not what he wanted to do, Albert. That's not at all wanted. He didn't know nothing about. He didn't know nothing about that. Excuse me. So he comes into the house. He sent this man a counselor and says, I want to like to be with you. So I gave him a kiss. So I kissed him, and his whole face just shifted like. So I'm kissing him. My eyes are open, and his eyes are closed. And I'm looking at him, kissing him. And he's like going through the motions, and he's like he was like, you ever see the Incredible Hulk? Like he's just changing. So he's like going through it and stuff, and I'm looking at him, and he's like going through it, like he's just like this energy is like going crazy, like he's in church about to catch the Holy Ghost. And I'm looking at him, and he's going through the motions and stuff, and he's like gabbing and stuff. So when I see he's about to open his eyes, I close mine and I open them back up. And he's like, oh, I love you. I was like, okay. He said, no, I'm really in love with you. I said, okay. He says, I want to experience everything with you. I said, okay. So you know what I did? Now, the thing about it with me, in order to have sex with me, this is the thing with me. And I'm not trying to boost or brag, but I can turn a straight man out. I could turn a man out. I could turn a man out sexually. I'm that one that you have to worry about sexually if I mess with you. I'm very dangerous in the bed. So I could turn you out. And I've done it. When I came this way, I used to turn them out. I used to turn them out. But anyway, mistake focus. So I would turn them out. Like I would take men and I would turn them out. And I knew I was that one from the hood, as they call it, the good thing from the hood that you got to watch out. I was that person. So when I got him in that bed, I turned him out, and I purposely turned him out. And I was not the bottom. So I turned him out on purpose. I had him screaming like petition. I had him screaming like that noise that Megan Thee Stallion make on Body Yaddy Yaddy in the beginning of that video. I had him screaming like that in the bed. So in the way I do it, I don't make men hurt. Like there's certain people that have sex with you that hurt you, and there's certain people that have sex with you that make you feel that can make you feel really differently about sex. So by me turning him out, Raven responsible. Oh, I know. You know what? That's funny, Turkey. That's what the girls used to tell me. It's funny you say that. The girls used to tell me, please don't mess with Raven. Raven done turned all the boys into girls. Please don't mess with Raven. Please don't mess with Raven. A lot of girls used to tell me that. Please don't mess with Raven. But this is in the beginning because I didn't know. I didn't know any better back then. So the thing about it was, I turned him out. So after that, I was like, you can go home now. you can go home now. Like, so he's like, oh, I'm in love with you. That was powerful. I've never done that before. I said, I know. He's never done that before. And the thing about it was, I was like, okay, so all right, you can go home now. He was like, oh, so this is the thing that reminds you. I'm like, you got to go because my mother about to come home. You got to get out of here. Like, I turned you out. Abby said, I turn men out. I'm dangerous in the bed. I stopped doing it now because the men started wanting to beat me because of that. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. I'm a dead fuck. That's what I'm known for now. Raven's a dead fuck. Absolutely. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not turning you out. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not. I refuse. So anyway, so this gets better. So I said, call your girlfriend to come pick you up. Call your girlfriend to come pick you up. So he calls his girlfriend. He calls his girlfriend. This gets better. He calls his girlfriend and he says, I need you to come pick me up. So he was like, I feel so different. He says, you are the person that God sent to me. I said, oh my goodness. No, I'm not the person God's. No. God didn't say no. This is now. He's like, but I love you. I love you. I says, no, you just been turned out, sweetie. You got to go home. You got, listen, my mother's about to come home. This crazy goddamn mommy dearest bitch. No, you got to get out of here. I love you. No, I love you. No, you got to get out of here. You got to go home. So he calls his girlfriend up and he says, I'm being kicked out. Okay, call it what you want. I'm not going through this again. You got to get out of here because this crazy bitch going to come out. No. So he calls his girlfriend and stuff and he tells her, I'm ready I have to go. So okay, fine. So we sit in the living room and stuff and we're waiting. Exactly, Queen. So we're waiting and stuff. That was the biggest lie I've ever heard because if he can take it, he done it. I never said he could take it, Albert. I said I was good in the bed. Clearly, you never had nobody good in the bed, honey. You never had nobody good in the bed. So clearly, you got it misconstrued. You've had bad people in the bed. There are some people out here that are dangerous in the bed, sweetie. And clearly, you ain't met them yet. And if you mess with me, you would have met them. I would change. Anyway, so that's why they got this thing called community dick, because he turns everybody out. Anyway, let's stay focused. So anyway, so the thing is that he calls his girlfriend to come pick him up and stuff. So then after that, all of a sudden, like, okay, fine. I hear a knock on my door. I'm like, oh my God. I heard Rihanna like me. Like, yeah. So then after that, I'm like, oh my God. So there's a knock on the door. It's his girlfriend. So his girlfriend is at the door. So I'm like, okay, why is she up here and why are you not leaving? So his girlfriend says, so I was like, why is she here? So he opens the door and he lets her in. He tells her to sit down. So at this point, I'm like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on here? Now I'm quiet. Now we're in my mother's house, who hates gay people, hates all this stuff about gay people. And now we about to have a whole goddamn meeting. And I need to get you out of here for this crazy ass woman get home. Because that woman that birthed me is straight from hell, and I ain't about to go through. Exactly. Get out of the house. They need. No, gets better. He sits her down and he says to her, I have something I gotta tell you. I'm like, I know this is not about to happen, but I think it's about to happen. I know this is not about to happen. He tells her, we've been making love, and I'm in love, and I don't think we could be together any longer. So I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, what do you mean? He was like, we can't be together anymore. And I'm in love. I told you that someone was out there for me, and I found the person, and I have to leave you. Please don't be mad at me for saying that because I don't see it. I'm in the love making. Okay. I'm not mad at you. So then I'm sitting up here thinking, oh my God, like what is going on? Now I'm thinking, I've never been through nothing like this. And all I know is a crazy ass woman who brought me to this world is on her way home. And this right here got to get out of here. So now at this point, I'm like, I'm being outed to a woman. I don't even like, I'm being outed. Like I'm sitting, the whole room just said, so he's looking at her and she's like this. So are you in love with my man? I was like, no, y'all got to get out of here. She was like, well, they're not in love with you. He's like, I'm in love and we're going to be together. We're going to build a family and everything. Then remind you, we're having a full-blown conversation about something that I don't even like, yo, no, I'm not trying to be with you. No, no. He's like, but I'm in love with you. I'm in love. And he's crying to me. And she's looking at me like, what did you do to him? I'm like, yo. I couldn't tell her, I turned your boyfriend out. You know, so she's like, she's all in woman was like, what did you do to my man? And I was like, y'all gotta go. I don't know where y'all gotta go, but y'all gotta get out of here. You got to go. What did you do to my man? What did you do to my? I said, he was like, I'm in love with you. And he's crying, telling me he's in love with me. She's pissed off, ready to fight me because I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but there's a crazy woman on her way home, and y'all get the fuck out of my house. Because that woman gonna throw me on the streets. If she catches me in here turning these boys out, I'm gonna be put on the street. So, excuse me, won't be a video if I didn't blow my nose. Excuse me. So, it gets better. Oh, it gets better. So I was like, y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta get the hell out. You gotta go. You gotta go. You know, you gotta get all, you know, you gotta do a little bit, getting ignorant. Because, you know, the woman who birthed you don't play. She has no problem using them hands to punch you in your face. And so I'm like, yo, you gotta go. And due to the fact that she birthed me. I can't, you know, you don't fight your, I don't fight her. So she starts swinging on me in front of y'all. I just gotta take up, beat me the hell in the face. But in the meantime, y'all get out of here. So then now he's like, well, what am I supposed to do what am I supposed to do with this relationship now that you done destroyed it? I said, I did not destroy this. Okay, that's your man. I'm giving you your man back. Y'all can get out my house. And she was like, well, he wants to be with you. I said, well, I don't want to be with him. Like, yo, this is not what I wanted, you know. She said, well, what did you do to him sexually? I said, Ask him. Like, y'all gotta go talk on the way home. Like, they live in a whole nother city. Man, so then she was a black girl. She was an African girl, African descent type of girl, and he was a pretty boy. That's to give you an idea what they kind of look like. She was pretty, but she was really thin. So then they get ready to leave and stuff, and then they go home and stuff, and they left. I'm like, oh, thank God they're gone. So now they're gone. So then I get a phone call. So I'm like, okay, who is this? So I'll answer the phone. Um, Girl, you're working this live format. I know this booty was looking. No, I'm not trying to brag about sex. It's the thing, I don't like talking about sex because if you're the person like me who know you could turn people out sexually, we don't talk about it. The ones who talk about it be the ones that's bad in the bed. Like we know what we could do, so we don't talk about it because we know when we do what we do, people gonna want it more. They're gonna want us more, so we don't talk about it because we want to keep you way away from that. If you know what I mean. The people who like me understand exactly what I'm saying. We don't talk about that because we know we turn people out, and we know people's reactions get us more people. Exactly. Okay, somebody get me. Turkey gets me. So the thing about it is that we don't talk about that because we know we've seen our work and we know what happens when we get a hold of people. And hey Brown, yeah, he was Indian. It's a whole nother story. So the thing is, his girlfriend calls me on the phone and says, "I need to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh my God, what do you want to talk about?" She said, "I want to talk to you. What did you do to my man?" So hey Mac, oh yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, listen, I'll talk to you, but listen, I gotta talk to you downstairs. You ain't coming upstairs in my house. Like, y'all ain't put me on the street. Corona demon. So I I go downstairs and I get in the car with her, which is stupid on my part. I should have never did that. But I get in the car with her and she says to me, "What did you do to him?" I said, "Did you talk to him?" She said, he said that you fucked him. Now I'm sitting here with his girlfriend, and he's nowhere around. She came to visit me low key. Some of this girlfriend, and I'm like, now remind you, I wasn't even out, like I wasn't even out the closet yet, but I'm being pulled out the closet. And I'm sitting here with a female, which I've never talked to another female about my sexuality. And I'm talking to a female about her man, because the man is over there, and she left him crying because you know you leave a baby in the kindergarten for the first time, and it and you're a parent. I guess y'all don't know about that, but people who have children understand what I'm saying. When you leave your kids in the school and they cry because they want to be left, they want to come home with you anyway. So he's home crying because he wants to be with me. He's devastated because I basically threw him back to her. And he don't want to be with her. And now she's in the car with me and she's upset with me because he said I turned him out. So I'm like, oh God, you did more than fuck him. You fucked him up, man. That's true, Turkey. But was this before you became? Yes, this is way before. This is way before Maverick. This is way, way, way. These DL boys are the mess. He wasn't DL though. See, this is the thing about it. Anyway, let me stay focused. This is the thing about it. Um, Plot twist. These boys was Tyler Perry, and the girls' friends was Medea. Oh, this is the thing about it. See, within our community, we like to label people. We keep forgetting people. We like to label people. We put people in boxes. We keep forgetting there are really innocent people out here. There really are innocent people in the world. And we try to, oh, you were just, and it's not true. We forget there are really good people out here. Anyway, so we're sitting inside the car and stuff, and she's upset, and she's like, Good afternoon, Juicy J. So we inside the car and everything. She's upset and she's talking to me and stuff. So then she says to me, "What did you do to him?" And da, da, da. I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh." She said, "Y'all had sex." She says, "No." Before she said, "What you did? Did you fuck him?" I said, "Yeah, I did." She says, Wait. I want to know, did he go inside of you or did you go inside of him?" Then she's a strong black woman. So I'm like, I'm looking at her, but her strength is like so strong. Excuse me. So her strength is strong, and she's like, she wants clarity. She wants, I guess, an ending to the relationship. She wants clarity, what actually happens. Hey, Juicy. So I'm like trying to give her clarity and stuff, and she was like, I knew, if you can turn somebody, don't let them. Exactly. If you can turn somebody out, don't tell somebody. Exactly. When I don't tell nobody. That's why. Anyway, let me stay focused, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna lose focus. Anyway, so we in the car and stuff. We're talking back and forth stuff. And she's talking to me and stuff, and So she asked me, well, I want you to tell me what you did to him. I said, well, I told her. I said, she said, oh, so you went inside of him. He didn't go inside of you. I was like, no. So she was like, oh, so you're the aggressor and he was submissive. I said, she said, I kind of felt like he was more submissive because when I was with him, he wasn't like a hardcore guy. I was like, yo, look at him. Clearly he's not a hardcore guy, but when he opened his mouth, he was hardcore. I mean, he was really hardcore. And the thing about it was, that's why they was saying Judge put by his cover. But he was really hardcore when he opened his mouth. But when he looked at him, he was so damn pretty. So at this point, I'm confused. So she was like, well, I want to know what you did with him. Then this is the funny thing about a female. This is how she was setting me up. She was setting me up to get my ass locked up. She was gonna get rid of me. She was gonna set me up. And the reason why she set me up, she was trying to set me up. Now she was like, well, I want to know what you did with him sexually. I was like, well, she's so sweet aggressive. She said, I want to have sex with you. I want to see what it's like to have sex with you. Because clearly having sex with you turned my man out. And I want to find out how good you are in bed. So now I'm confused. If he's No, he wasn't done before Albert. I know virgins. I know virgins. He was a virgin. I'm just good at what I do. I'm not trying to pat my own arm. So she was like, I want to have sex with you. I was like, no. You and your boyfriend can go have a conversation about that. She was like, no, I want to have sex with you. She said, I want to see what it's like. I was like, no. First of all, you're not my type. Second of all, no. No, no, no. I've been with one woman. No, 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 no. You're not my type. No, no, no. So she was like, hey, as a, so she was like, well, I want to say, let me tell you what she was doing. If I would have took her upstairs and had sex with her, she was gonna cry. She was gonna cry rape. She was gonna say I raped her, and the cops was gonna arrest me, and she was gonna have me locked up, and then she could have her man back. Isn't that not brilliant? Hey, Davo. So that's her whole plot twist to me. That's a brilliant plan. She probably wanted to convert you back. Yes, she tried to set you. Yeah, she was. She was going to set me up. So she knew. She knew. Yes, I see it. That was what I was thinking. Yeah, she knew that. She knew she couldn't. She knew whatever I did, she couldn't compete with me. But the only way she could compete with me was to get me locked up. So when it didn't work, very wise to say no. Yes, Vampy. So she went back home and I didn't have sex with her. her boyfriend was, and so back and forth and stuff. He wasn't trying to leave. He wasn't trying to let me go. Okay, Juicy J. Here it goes. I think a lot of women are sickly attracted to trans. I wasn't trans, Juicy J. No shade, but African American women. Hey, but that's true. The good morning, beautiful. Hey, Johnson. And the thing is, so remind you, I'm in a love triangle of a situation that I'm in a love triangle in a situation I have no idea. So he invited me to go on a picnic in somewhere else. So it was like, I want you to come to this picnic and stuff. I was like, a picnic? He was like, yeah. Not a picnic, a festivity. That's what it's called, the festivity. With a whole bunch of black people. They was into this whole African thing. This whole African thing. I didn't know Africans did all this type of stuff, but it was this whole African thing. I guess get she's African. Okay, damn, I'm just getting a brain fart. Just got on my bad. I gotta hear after. Don't forget to like Ravens. Oh, to like Ravens video. Thank you, Daisy Block. So, okay. I had a girl who wanted to sleep with me when I was 18. She obviously wasn't thinking the hands game. So she told me she was going to share the rate. Yeah, that's true. That's something, but that's something else. That was a small town. Yeah. So somebody said hit the like video. I mean the like button. Okay. So she's upset with me. He wants to go out to the festivity. So we go to this place and it's all black. Remember, black Africans, clearly black. So she's not around. She's upset. She told this older woman about me because they upset. They're talking about me like a dog. So now they pissed off at me. Now remind you, I didn't go after your boyfriend. Your boyfriend came after me. And now I'm paying for something he did. Now everybody on that side is pissed off at me for turning him out. So he's like, I want to see you. So then I pick him up. We go to this festivity, which is an African thing. So we going in, everything. It was like a lawn. You get free food. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not an outside person. I stay to myself. So I'm in this place and I'm in line. There's all these black guys and stuff. Now he's like the prettiest thing. And I'm in line and this black guy comes up and he like walks in front of the line. Then all of a sudden I hear, yo, motherfucker, get the fucking line. There's a whole fucking line back here. Why the fuck is you trying to jump in the fucking line? So I'm like, you heard me, motherfucker. So I'm turning around. I'm like, oh my God, this is big black guy. And he's behind me telling this guy, yo, like he's about to. And the guy turns around and says, there's a whole goddamn leap. So I'm looking like, oh my God, now I got to fight. So here it is. Same old that. But kids is one type. Grassy and Raven. I'm sorry. I can't believe. It's fine, Devo. You just got to go back and just rewind it. So at this point, I'm thinking he's so pretty. I would never think that he would say this to this guy. And I mean, so I'm shocked when I turn around and saw it was him. And then I'm looking at the guy and I'm looking at him and I'm going, I guess the old saying, go judge a book by its cover because, oh no, she had, not on that point. So I'm looking at it like, okay, so the guy goes, oh, okay, yo, So then he ready to fight the dude. And I'm shocked. So I'm like, yo, he was like, no, nobody disrespect me. Nobody disrespect now that hood coming out of him. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, I'm so confused. Like, he looks super pretty. He looked better than most females. But his mouth is like Ice Cube. He hard. Like, you wouldn't know that to open up his mouth. And his mannerism was, he was hard. I mean, he was not no, you know, that's what I'm saying. Y'all's like, oh, he was this. I'm saying, no, he was not. He's not what you would think. That's why you never judge a book by anyway. So anyway, we go home. I'm looking at him. We get the food. Like after we got the food, I'm like, I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to go out of here. We're around all these Africans and stuff, and I don't know what's going to kick off. And before all this stuff jump off, I might be out here fighting all these people because we're going to clearly get our asses beat. It's too many of them. So at this point, okay, fine. So we got our plate of food, and I'm about jetting. I'm getting in my car, and we go home. And that's it. And oh no, it goes a little further. So his girlfriend tried to find a way to win him back from me. So she wanted him back. And how do y'all think she, now remind you, I was having sex with him and she was having sex with him. Hey, mamas or Monroe. So how do y'all think, because now we're competing for him. We're not really competing for him, but we're competing for him. I'm not trying to keep him. And we're competing for him. I couldn't. So what she did was she was more the aggressive in the bed and I was more aggressive in the bed. So now we're competing for him. So the thing about it was, the weirdest thing was people started thinking him and I were twins. They thought we were related. They thought, everybody thought he was my brother. He wasn't. And everybody thought we were twins. And then the woman who birthed me got information that I'm hanging around my twin. She's like, how do you got a twin and only got you? Who's this person you hanging with? I'm like, oh my God. People running their mouth about me. So now the woman who birthed me done found out about him. Child, there is a crowd. So, yes, he probably, no, it wasn't him. Beautiful. I'm offline. Hope you hear. Okay, Albert, you have a good day. And stay safe. So at this point, his the woman that birthed me found about this. It was, we looked alike, which we didn't, but everybody, we both had long hair, so everybody thought we was related, whatever. So at the end of the day, the woman who birthed me found out about him, and then she started questioning things because people was getting in her ears about me, and I didn't know it, but she would make comments. I was making, see if you were still live. Yeah, I'm still here. So the thing was like, okay. So what his girlfriend did was, she was competing for me to win her boyfriend back. So guess what she did to win him over? Y'all can take a wild guess. Let me see. What do y'all think she did to win him over or win him away from me? Ding, ding, ding. You got it, Juicy J. And that's exactly what she did. She got pregnant. She got pregnant. No, she got pregnant. That's right, Turkey. She got pregnant. And she knew, and she gave him a baby. That would be the deal breaker. That means she had people in her ear saying, if you want to get him away from me, give him a baby. And that's what did it. Yeah, whoever Maverick, everybody who said give him baby or pregnant, everybody who said pregnant is right. That's what happened. That's awful. Very sis of her. Very sis of her. But the thing is, it doesn't matter that this is the thing. This is the thing. So they had a baby and stuff like that. And everything was fine. Okay, fine, she had a baby. But the one thing after having a baby and it been having experiences with me, she started treating him like dirt because at this point she had the baby as leverage and she started treating him really bad. She started dogging him out, like treating him bad because I got your baby now. I could do what I want with you. And she started treating him real bad. So guess what he did? He called me up and said, I want to come live with him. I was like, what? He said, I'm leaving her and my kid. I'm going to come live with him. And he moved in my place up the street, here, up the street. And he moved in with me. And it was very different. But even though he left her, it hurt him leaving his kid because he really loved his kid and stuff. And what she would do is she would put the baby on the phone and it was working on him mentally. That's what mine did after I gained weight. I went from Prince to House Dog. Yeah, they change you with them. Yeah, she changed. And Queen of the Planets, Queen of the Planets. I wish I could top, but I can't. But you bet your ass lay down on my back. Exactly, Queen. So you became his girlfriend. So he was. So became. So you became his girl. No, this is before. This is before all this. This is the thing. In case y'all, this is way before this. This is way in the beginning. Once upon a time, I used to be gullible. I used to be really nice. I was really, really different than I am now. I was really, what's the word I'm looking for? The woman birth you used to keep me. What's the word when somebody keeps you away from everybody and they don't want nobody around you? Um, she kept me away from everybody. What was that word everybody used when a parent keeps you away from everybody in the world and you really don't know what's going on in the world? There it is. There is just sheltered. I was very sheltered. She didn't want nobody around me. She knew what was going to happen if somebody got a hold of me. But I was pulling them in the house. I was very sheltered. I had no idea how this world worked. I didn't know nothing about this world. I didn't know nothing. I had no idea. I had no idea. I had no idea. I had no idea. All I knew, she kept me in the house. She would not let me out the house. And when I got to this world, wow, wow. I had no idea this world was so mean. I had no idea about racism. I had no idea about murders. I had no idea about none of this stuff. I didn't know none of this stuff. I had no idea. All I knew was I would do music, I would go to parties and dance and come in the house. When I found out this world, hey, holla girl, I became devastated. And when you live a sheltered life and you find out how this world is, it's like it's woof. You wasn't too sheltered, fucking them boys in the house. I was sheltered. That's called sneaking them in the house, Brown. Sheltered. People that are sheltered sneak people in. Try to chew me up and spit me out. Okay, Jerry said me too. Yeah, that's the thing about it. Anybody, but you are sheltered. If you have a mother like the one I have, you're sheltered, honey. She's the one that stopped up at the door, like, "What are you here for?" Jeez, my, I hate to call them this, but my mother and father kept me away from everybody in the world. Oh, thank you. I wish you'd have put it in my Let me put my PayPal up here because how much I'll be giving this. But when you confirm that I have, um, there they are very much protected, especially if they were anti-LGBTQ. Let me put my PayPal up here, y'all, because I don't want y'all to be. Mm-mm. But thank you, Color. But I lived a show. They was anti-LGBTQ, and one thing they did know is that they don't like gay children, and I really believe that they used to make fun of gay people. And that old saying goes, when you make fun of gay people, God will make your child that way. That's why you should never make fun of gay people. And due to the fact that they hated gay people, I came out the full deluxe. They got the deluxe package. They're like, oh hell no, get away. But it's funny because it's weird when you really introduced to this world. You find out how things is. People used to use me left and right. I was so gullible. I didn't know about homeless people. I didn't know about nothing. I said it about my family. Yeah, they'll keep you away. Like you don't know. Like they don't. They don't. They. The woman who birthed me used to tell me, "You don't like me because you want to be me." She used to always say that. You want to be me. That's why you don't like me. You want to be me. You want to be. She used to grab me by my afro and she used to go wham, wham, and I was like, oh. She used to hit me so much in my face. I used to be like, if I don't cry, she's not going to stop hitting me in the face. And I had a fake. I used to try to make myself cry so she could stop hitting me in my face. And she used to always punch me in the face. All my uncle kids are gay, and they act like they didn't like gays when they were younger. New Ben looked at me like that. Yeah, that's the thing about it, though. The thing about the whole gay thing is because you don't want to be gay because you keep hearing all these bad things about it. And the thing about it is when you know what you are and people talk about it bad, you're not going to share with it because of the conversation that you hear about it and stuff. And you get real quiet and secluded and stuff. That's why I be telling the girls like, don't be so hard on the dudes. It's because you're introducing them to a whole new world. You know how long it took for us to finally stand in our truth. This shit wasn't easy. This wasn't overnight. We didn't just get here within a week or a month. It took us years to get here. And then we tell a man, we give him a week. We give a man a week, but they're gonna be with us or not. And that's not. My mom made fun of me, gay people, a month before I came out. She played, I believe it. You're getting them Jackson 5 as was exactly Brown. The owner even knew gay was exactly didn't. Um, my mom made fun of gay people. Mine did too, Alexa, all the time. Cause you know why they do that? Because they know you gay. They doing it subliminally in front of you. They doing it because of you in front of you to let you know they don't accept it. Then I make that comment. I have no problem with gay people. Just don't let my child be one. When I was at work at this place, this girl told me, she says, she didn't know what I was. I'm sure she found out because people talking about me. But she was like, I have no problem with gay people. I just don't want my child to be gay. And I was like, why? She's like, well, because I don't believe in that type of thing. Now, remind you, she's talking to me, but she don't know what I am. So then I'm sitting and everything, and she's like, well, I don't believe in that type of thing. I said, well, you do know that you are a person bringing back a reincarnated baby. She said, yeah. I said, so if that baby's been reincarnated, you can either pull that baby closer to you or you're going to lose that baby because that baby is already on a mission that's God already sent them to do. Now, you could pull that child and learn this child and embrace this child and help this child, or you could toss your child away. And if you toss your child away, remember, you're going to get old one day. And when you treat your children bad, they ain't going to forget. They're going to remember what you did. LGBT people needs to be more. Not actually, they don't, because a lot of them are, and they're really messed up in the head. That's why it pisses me off when people say that people aren't born gay. Yeah, they are. But think about it, because the thing about it is, this is the same thing when a white person says, "Oh, black people aren't being killed; they're just making it up." It's like, well, okay, but we're getting killed. Oh, well, y'all just make it up. Y'all just want attention. Oh, just, oh, you just mad. So we get it. Just like when we sit back and say, we being murdered and stuff. We're being murdered for being women. We're not being murdered for being trans. And a lot of times people are saying, we're being murdered. I'll do the videos, which I do, and I'll say, y'all got murdered for being trans. But it's not that you're being murdered for being a woman. You're stepping in their shoes, and everything that men have done to females is going to fall on you. Y'all haven't, I keep telling y'all that. You are women's world. They've been doing this to females, and now you have an idea what females been going through. Now, when you see a female going down the street like she don't got makeup on, she don't look beautiful, now you know why. Because she may end up being killed. And now we haven't been in these shoes for a long period of time. So we don't have the idea, oh, they could, no, they could because you're a woman. They've been doing these things to women for years, centuries. I can teen eternities. They've been killing women for years. And now we think this because, no, because you're a woman. Now, the old saying goes, you never know what a woman going through or person until you walk in their shoes. LGBT community can be vain. They could be the worst queen. I don't even be around the queen at all. I watch and pass for white great movie. You saw that? That was good, right? That's what I was saying. When you're trying to keep a secret, and then leaks start coming out. There's a whole lot going on between that rainbow. That's so true, Johnson. That's why I stay away from it. I'm not trying to turn anybody against the LGBTQ, so please don't get it that I am. But I hate to say this, but a lot of times, if you want to be happy, you got to stay out of that community, or find people that's within that community that's supportive. Because a lot of times you run into the same ones that's actually trying to destroy you. I came out as bi a month ago after my ex cut me off sexually and stopped touching me. We friends now, but while with her made me feel very unwanted. Mormon. I feel you, Jerry. I love them all, but don't get got no. The thing about it, I don't love them all, Maxine. I'm not going front. I ain't gonna love them all. Because every sister is not your sister. Every two spirit sister is not your sister. Every gay man is not your brother. Every bisexual, honey. You got to interview people and listen to them words, honey. Listen to them words come out their mouth. I don't care if you like them or you love them. You got to do some interview. You got to start taking it in. When somebody make comments, you be like, Especially if they make comments like certain people who transition. They like, look at this, like this here girl like you. Like, look at this nigga. You said that's a girl. Oh, please, I don't consider her. Oh, watch those. Because when you around, that's the same thing they're saying about you. My single angry bottoms. Oh, y'all typing too fast. Any single angry bottoms can write me, but too funny. Definitely agree. I mean, for real, great. Definitely. That's the thing about it. It's a lot because I've seen a lot. I've seen a whole lot. I've seen a whole lot. Single angry bottoms. Now, what's exactly is that? A single angry bottom. I guess I don't know. Let me not crack jokes. A single angry bottom. I guess that's somebody letting you know that they shit on your condom. That's Alexa. That's somebody letting you know that they shit on your condom. I'm just playing. I don't know. I'm just playing. I don't know. I'm just playing. I don't know. It's just difficult sometimes, though. It's very difficult. And the thing about it is, I don't know. Do anybody on here feel like you feel lost? Like you in the middle ground, the gray area? Raven, question. Is it possible to be gay by a curious person? For example, if a person is gay but they're curious about being with a female. The thing about it is, Jermaine, no offense. The thing about it is, stop trying to find a label to fit you. You're not a label, you're a real person. And what you're attracted to works for you. There's not a label, it's what works for you. Because nobody follow labels. People do what they want to do. So what makes you happy, that's what you stick with. Don't look for a label. Because you may feel that day and then I feel the same with the next day. Don't look for labels. We're all free spirited people. A lot of these black LGBT folks are fake and straight up. And exactly, Davis. Exactly. Exactly. My ex read my mind, Raven. I hate them. Yeah. We don't do labels. The thing about it is we with all these slow men out here, there's some reason we have sex with them. Thank you for the no problem, Jermaine. Because you know what the thing is, Jermaine. The thing about it within people. This is the reason why if a man messes with me, a female be like, oh, he must be gay. I'm like, oh no, he's not. Yes, he is. And he messes with somebody. I said, well, why do you think so many men are sneaking around behind your back? Because they don't want to hear it. Why do you think? Do y'all know? I know a lot of females who are DL. I don't even talk about that part. I have a lot of female friends that are DL that don't want nobody to know they like women, and they're dating men and don't want to be with men, and they just dog the man because they want him to leave her the hell alone because she's trying to do it for her family. She's not happy with the man. Now he's paying for something because her family is pushing her to be with men, and the man is like, well, why she treat me like dirt? I give her everything she want. I try to love her because she don't want you. She try to do what her family said do. She likes women. She don't like men. And people think, oh well, all she need to do is get the D. No, it doesn't feel the same way when you don't like it. It feels like rape. Every time a man has sex with a woman who don't like women, he's basically raping her. She just they haven't told him yet. She hates it. And instead of her standing her truth and saying, I don't want to be with you, instead of dogging him out, she stays with him and dog him out. And guess what he do? She finally leaves him. Now he dogs other women out because of what she did to him. This is the cycle we go with people. Yes indeed. I've been there. What's for dinner? I haven't even ate breakfast yet, Johnson. I had some rice and chicken. Thanksgiving food. Too many memories. That's the thing about it, though. And we transfer the wrong energy with people. I've noticed that we always focus on the men being gay, but we never talk about the women. And I know a lot of women. I know a lot of females that are gay women and stuff. A large amount of women, a very large. And the thing about it, with conversations I've had with them, they tell me the same thing. They try to do what society say do, and as soon as they stop listening to what their parents or their family say, they get to be happy. Yep, a woman can mess up a man's mind. Yeah, she can mess up a man's mind by trying to do what the family says do, society says do, and a whole bunch of other things. Oh, you going deep now, Riven. Yeah, it's true though. It's true. I know a lot of females that gay women. I know a lot of gay women and stuff. And the thing about the weird thing that y'all may not know, which I'm sharing with you, a lot of gay women talk exactly like gay men. They say the same exact things. They say the same things. That's why men don't get away with nothing, because women that are about that life do say the same thing. Things sound too familiar here, but you looking at it as a woman, it's like, well, she wouldn't know because she's a female. No, she knows because what you're saying is real familiar to her. I think a lot of people have gay in them. I mean, it's. I always think it's somebody that could get you out your zone. I mean, not everybody though. I haven't dated in my teens because I have not comfortable enough in my transition now that the older nobody wants to date me. Well, we won't say nobody blonde because you haven't been around everybody in the whole world. Just say just say what the problem is that you just tired of doing the interview process. The interview process is horrible. You get tired of it. For some reason. For some reason, gay women get more of the pass than gay men. Of course, because the gay women, the men feel as though they're going to be in a sexual act with them. Some of them, not all of them. Yeah, we do. And some men can mess up a woman's mind also. Yeah, it's called raping her. He's rape he's raping her mentally when he's having sex with her. But if she have the conversation if she has a conversation with her family and standing her truth, he would never be there to get messed up. But we have a lot of people that can't stand up to people. A lot of people don't stand up to people. So you know what they do? Instead of standing up to people and fighting back, they get drugs. They stay drunk all the time. They start looking for ways to not be with themselves. Excuse me. Coronavirus in the house. Can you imagine? Uh, anyway, how long I've been in here? Oh, 2 hours. But that's the thing about it, though. Excuse me. Um, a lot of people just scared of what people that. Oh my God, Maxine, you said that 1,000 times, Maxine. Oh my God, and that's the thing about it. It starts in childhood, Maxine. When we were children, it's like you can't go dressed outside like that. What people going to say about me? And as adults, we brought that whole thinking with us instead of canceling it. Now we care about what other people think about us to the point where their opinion of matter than our own. We have to take back our power. It's for women to be gay, but a man can't be gay. Think about that for a second. Yeah, but the thing about it is that's true. That's what society says at some points, but it's slowly shifting, but not as quick. It's slowly shifting. Because think about it, a lot of gay men can get married, gay women can get married, but you still don't see gay men or women walking down the street holding hands unless certain location. I haven't seen it. In fact, I don't even see straight people holding hands no more. So I never see straight people holding hands walking down the street. And that's because they appear to be guys that two guys making out other way around because people have a false narrative about what a man is supposed to be. Yes, society taught you. I started dressing up at age 13. All right, Maxine. I don't care anyone says. All right, strong woman. Well, I wasn't there yet, Maxine. Excuse me. I was reprogrammed and set back out again. If the woman who birthed me would have helped me in my beginning, like Jazz, then my whole life and my whole conversation with y'all would be totally different. But she didn't help me. She was like, no. She got me around a whole bunch of boys to try to rough me up to make me change. And the boys she used to send me around, which is so hilarious. The men she used to send me around was end up having sex with me. We wasn't having sex like real sex, but as we would dry hump, that's what they call it. Being kids, we were little, we dry humping and stuff and all this extra stuff. And I remind you, what's really funny about this, we were all little, like we're elementary school. And the thing about it is we all dry humping, three boys on little old me. Oh, mothers live. Actually, two boys on me. You like your hair, Raven? Is that a new one? Yeah, Holly, this I'm trying to work with the wig. I don't like wigs. So I'm trying to work with this. So I'm kind of like this with it because I really don't like them because they're always shedding. Um, that's why I left, cause I feel my mom didn't understand or just didn't want. That's the thing about it, Maxine. Like the woman who birthed me could have made my life a lot different. The father knew. They both knew. My father told me, he's like, everybody knew about you. You didn't hide it. I was like, what the hell you mean hide it? I thought I was hiding it pretty good. He was like, no, you didn't hide it. But my father was like a gangster, so. So they knew as little kids, you do little things in front of them, like, oh my God, I got one of these LGBTQs. And I think I got the T instead of the G. I think most people are bi, but the ones who hate or comfortable about what they're attracted to people make them feel I used to be very pretty. You know the thing about it, Jerry, the thing about it with me, when people have a problem with me, is because they're usually bisexual or they're gay. That's my personal opinion. I think the ones who have a problem with me is gay or bisexual or have had experiences with people like me, and it bothers them because they don't have the strength that I have. And what I'm doing is I'm making fun of them by showing up. So it's like, oh my God, I'm my insides, their insides is in front of them, which would be me, and I'm showing them themselves. Oh, I can't stand you. I'm that person that's inside of them, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? So I'm inside of them showing up, like, oh, I can't stand you. I hate you so and so and so and so. Because now I'm letting them see themselves, and now they pissed off. You get it? I didn't even know really anything I would tell my mom. Everybody thinks I'm a girl. Exactly what it's supposed to be, Max, and that's all you are. And pretty much, it seems like it seems like the boys that go the hardest, gay people are. It seems like the boys that go the hardest on gay people are usually close. Let me tell y'all a story, Tiana, about the ones that go the hardest, about the gay boys. This is back in my neighborhood days. Let me tell y'all a story about this one. This is a good one. This is a real good one. So it's I almost like a mirror. Yeah, that's true, and that's the problem, Jermaine. They don't want to see themselves, so they get angry for you for bringing yourself up. In other words, it's like this: stop telling me I'm gay. I already know I'm gay. Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing it up. So when they see you, you're bringing it up. All you're doing is being yourself. Now it's by you being yourself. They pissed off at you because they couldn't do what you're doing. So like, oh, I can't stand you. Okay. Oh, okay, what is this? Women are clapping back strong, equal to men, especially when it comes to being independent education. That's true, I'd say. That's true. That's true. Now, I'm gonna share with y'all a story of when I first got turned out. When the first guy turned me out. Now, this is a deep story. This is most people like me who didn't want to be, because you've been reprogrammed how if you're gay, you're going to go to hell, you're going to burn in hell. So you hear all these stories and stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go to church. I'm going to pray to God. I'm going to ask God to take it out of me. I'm asking God, why do God hate me? Um, hey, Cologne, how are you? So the thing about it is that I wanted to take it out. People used to walk up to me, give me flies. God knows you're gay. It used to bother me. I do feel like women are more educated than us, just saying. Shelton. Okay, so the thing is, when I first came out, once it's so funny that I'm saying this stuff to it again. It was at another fashion show. I went to a fashion show that they were doing downtown Newark. So I went to this fashion show. Remember, like I said before, stay focused. This is Raven before I'm sheltered. I have no idea about this world. A lot I didn't know. I was gullible. Like I was an easy target. I was gullible and dumb as hell. So I went to this I went to this big fashion show at the Robert Treat Hotel. That was on this big audition looking for models and stuff. And the only reason why I went, because everywhere I used to go, New York, everywhere I used to go, people come to me, are you a model? You a model? You a model? You a model? I used to come home with stacks of cards like this. Always cars, always cars, always cars. Like, you're a model, I want your model from an agency. You want? I was like, I'm not no damn model, but I would take the cars and just go ahead on. So I was like, well, let me just see, maybe there's some money in this. I went down to this big model audition, so I went there and stuff. I'm having a deja vu moment that every time I met a man, it's from a modeling thing. I'm just putting it together now. I met a celebrity's uncle at a modeling thing. I met this other guy who's a designer at the modeling thing. I met the Indian guy at a modeling thing. Okay, let me stay focused. Okay, so I went to, well, women are valued like men. Okay, y'all have that conversation. Okay, so I went to this modeling gig downtown Newark for modeling things. So I went there and everything. You had to audition for it. So I went there and I got picked. They picked me to model. So they was looking for designers, they were looking for models, they were looking for people to shows, they were looking for everything. So I got picked and stuff as far as being model. They call you back into the room. So everybody who got picked got called back into it. The place was packed. So they call me back into the room and stuff. So I'm in the place and I'm waiting and stuff. And I'm looking at all these new people, but I'm low key looking, but I'm not looking. So, you kind of look like this, but you see people like, so I go down there and everything and I'm walking out and stuff. This is me not knowing what gay men look like. I didn't know when I thought of a gay man, I'm thinking of lip gloss, snapping fingers, whole bunch of gel in his hair, a lavender shirt with some pink pants, and some sneakers, and all this extra shit. So you can spy him a while away. He's walking throwing flowers and lilies and so oh God, here comes the gays. And so you sit up there like, okay, so I'm in the place and stuff like this, and I'm going out and stuff. So these three guys come up to me. They were talking to me. Now, remind you, these guys were built hardcore and stuff. This is how I be telling y'all you can't tell what gay look like. So in my mind, I'm thinking they all straight. And then one guy comes to me. He's like, well, I'm a designer and stuff like that. I was like, okay, so I want to know if you want to model some of my fashion stuff. I was like, okay, fine. Give me your number. We started walking. So then I was like, I'm about to go. I got to go. I got to get home for the woman I live with. So I was trying to do everything to get her away from her. So anyway, so I get on the bus and I'm waiting, trying to go home and stuff. And then all three of these guys, three black guys, get on the bus. And I was like, oh my God, we're on the same bus together. They was like, yeah, we're the same bus. So we're like, okay. So we're on the same bus, we're riding home talking and stuff like that. I think that's where we exchanged numbers. We exchanged numbers there on the bus. It was like, let me get your number, we could talk. I said, fine. Now I remind you, I'm thinking that straight. I didn't know they were gay. These are three hardcore guys. Nothing about them was flashy. They was kind of bummy like, So I'm on the bus, exchange these other numbers, stuff that these were designer, So okay, fine. I go home and stuff. We're talking and stuff. He's like, okay, well, we about to chill, This is me going to church. I'm like the church person in church, and I'm trying to find the Lord and all this stuff. I didn't want to be gay. I know it was gay. I didn't want to be gay because I want to be gay. I want to be gay. I kept asking God, why did he hate me? Why would he do this to me? Why would he put this thing inside of me? Everybody hates me. And I used to cry and a whole bunch of other stuff. Just go through it. I sit in the bathroom, just go through crap. Okay. So I try to stay away from anybody at gay. I gotta stay away from them. I stayed as far away from them as possible. I didn't want to be around them. I want to stay far away. So I didn't make fun of them, but I stayed away from them. So, and it's kind of reflecting back over, I said, because I knew it was something about them that was in me, but it wasn't exact. When I say it was something about me that was like them, but when it was flamey, I was like, okay, I'm not like that one, but I'm that way, but I'm not like that one. You know what I mean? So we start comparing. So when talking to him on the phone and stuff, they called me up and stuff, and then he was like, you want to come hang out with us? So I come to his house. He actually lived about 6 blocks from where I lived at. I was like, damn, you right here. So I walked over to his house. It was a bunch of black guys in there and stuff. built guys, stuff like that, all bald head, everybody, everybody swagging, stuff like that. So I'm in there and stuff. So I didn't think nothing of it, everybody, so it was like, oh, okay. So we all talking and stuff, we drinking. They was like, you want a drink? I was like, no. He's like, come on, have a drink. I said, I don't drink. They was like, come on, come on. They was like, come on. So I'm like, all right, let me have a drink. So I had some drink, I think I drank some vodka and orange juice, a screwdriver. I drink that. We started talking and stuff. Okay, fine. I left out. I went home and stuff. And that was it. And then he was like, what you doing tomorrow? So I'm going to go home. So I'm home and stuff. And he was like, yo, I want to come check you out. What you doing now? I'm bored. I said, okay, well, come on over. Comes to my house and stuff. Like he was a cool dude that could come to my house because my mother wouldn't, got the beard, mustache, so nah. So then I'm in the house, stuff like that, and we talking and stuff, and then he comes sits down next to me and I'm like, okay, all right, nah. So that happened to you, like you going, okay, all right, but nah. So it's like, okay, so he sit there next to you. No, he wasn't a predator. He was young. He was young like me at the time. We was around the same age and stuff. We wasn't the thing about it is that we came out stuff like that and we sat there and stuff. We started talking and stuff. I said, how do you design? How are you a designer? He was talking about the design stuff. He told me that he makes clothes, stuff like that. I said, okay, I never met a designer before. So this was different for me. I never knew a man could make clothes. Okay, so this is new for me. There's a black man making clothes. Okay, well, I think it was a thing called Willie Wear. Exactly, Maverick. He wanted me, but see, he knew I was fresh meat, so I didn't know a lot of subliminals he was throwing at me. I've never heard of them, so I didn't say nothing because I'm. So came to my house, we started talking. He bought liquor. We started drinking. Da da da. So then that was it and stuff. And then we started talking. I was like, he's single. I'm single. But we wasn't talking like no gay stuff, and stuff like that. So then we drank. He went home. I don't know whether he had a conversation with his boys about me or nothing. I guess he was trying to find out more information. Was I fronting? He got me alone by myself. Nothing happened. Okay. We hung out each other for like about a week. We talked about a lot of BS, a bunch of stuff. I can't forget all the things we talked about. But then we hung out again. He came to my house, and then he started talking. We started drinking. He actually got me out of church, and I started drinking more. And I was drinking liquor. I was getting high with something I wasn't doing. But I was just so happy. If you're anything like me, I was so happy to have a friend. I was by myself all the time. He didn't judge me. He didn't call me gay. He didn't say I look gay. He didn't say nothing. He did not judge me and make fun of me. So if you're the kind of person like me who didn't have any friends and have anybody around, here is a person that's acting cool with you. Y'all talking about BS, nothing sexual, nothing like that. It was just, he was a friend. And it wasn't like a sexual thing. It was just like, yo, we talking, just a real friend, watch TV and just talk about something. Yeah, he was nice. So we just sitting there and we were like talking and stuff, modeling and stuff. It's like, you want to be a model, da, da, da. I could let you, we just chopping up. It wasn't no sexual thing. So it was like a best friend. I was like, okay. So we ran each other. He was like, so then we drinking and stuff. And then we sit on the couch, we talking. And then he turns around and he goes in for the kiss. And I was like, yo. I was like, well, what's going on? He was like, what do you mean? He starts laughing. And I'm like, no. He was like, what do you mean, no? I was like, I wish I had found someone like that without talking about sex the first time. Yeah. So he goes in for the kiss. And I stopped him. And I was like, what are you doing? He was like, what are you talking about? He plays it off like I'm not supposed to see what he's trying to do. Like, I've never kissed a man. I never been with a man. I was like, I knew what I was, but I was trying to fight it because I didn't want to be this way. And I was going to church and I was praying, trying to tarry, cast the Holy Ghost, rebuke it in the name of Jesus. I'm going all through it. And here it is. I'm with a man who is gay, disguised as a straight man's face, sitting next to me, trying to kiss me. Now, if he looked at gay, he would have never got that far. But he looked at straight. I had no idea that they was gay men out here that could pass for straight, that didn't show no signs of gay. Like, I had no idea this stuff existed. I had no idea. So I'm like, yo. So I move over on the couch. I was like, he started laughing at me. He's like, you silly. I said, you tried to kiss. He said, no, I didn't. I said, yeah, you did. He's like, no, I didn't. He's like, I'm not gay. I was like, he's like, I'm not gay. I said, okay. So now remind you, I'm a Gemini. So even though I heard you, I'm still like, okay, something's wrong with dude over here. So we sitting there, he's laughing. I mean, he was like a comedian. That's the one thing I liked about him. He used to make me laugh. He used to do some of the stupidest stuff to make me laugh. He made me laugh. He was acting crazy like this. That's just fucking with me. So we drink and get more drunk and stuff, and then he goes home. Now at this point, I'm like, okay, something's not right here. Trying to pray to get away. Amen, devil. That's what I was trying to do. And he came over again. We got drunk, and then he went for the kiss again. And at this point, I didn't stop him. I let him kiss me. I was curious what it would feel like. Would it be nasty? Would I throw up? Because I've been with a female and I know what a female tongue feel like. And now I'm about to kiss a man. Now I'm like, okay, now I'm about to throw up after this one. So he takes me, he grabs me, he kisses, he put his tongue in my mouth, and I'm like, oh, it feels the same like a woman's tongue, but it's just on a man. This is weird here. And I'm an analyzer, so I'm analyzing this kiss, and he's kissing me, his eyes closed, he's moving his head around. I'm analyzing this whole thing, and I'm drunk as hell, but I'm analyzing it too. And I'm like, this is weird because I'm thinking I think a man's kiss would feel different than a female's kiss, and now I'm confused because this kiss feels like a female's kiss. It's just on a man's, but I am confused. He's saying, semi-cool, get it ready. Yeah, B. He got moved. Yeah. So he starts kissing me and stuff. And then, so we're kissing and stuff and kissing me. And then he says to me, now remind you, of course, he played the game good because he came across a friend. He made me laugh. It became cool. Then on top of that, Raven was getting hungry for it. No, I didn't know. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. They're really innocent people out here that don't really know what's going on. I didn't know. Like, I didn't know none of this stuff. And I'm just sitting here in this whole situation. I didn't know, and the thing about it is that's why I be telling y'all, you can't get mad at somebody for not knowing, because it's a lot. And I know anybody on here know it's a lot you didn't know until you got them inside of this. And I didn't know. So I'm analyzing it, and the only person I ever kissed with tongue was a female. So now I'm kissing a man, he's kissing me, and I'm confused. And he says to me, I want you to go inside of me. I'm like, what? He said, I want you to go inside of me. I was like, oh, I can't do that. No. He says, I'll show you. I said, no, no, hell no. He's like, I'm gonna do something. He was real funny. The person I could tell you, Mommy, if you ever watch In Living Color, the Wayans brothers, Marlon, he used to act like Marlon. He was so silly. He always had me listen. I said, no, I can't do it. He said, I want you to go inside. I was like, no, I can't do it. No. He's like, I'm telling you, You could do it. I said, I can't. He was like, come here. So he kissed me again. He put some liquor. He would fill his mouth with liquor and push it in my mouth and drink it more. He said, you could do it. I was like, I can't do this. Girl, I didn't either, but it didn't take me long to catch on. Exactly, neighbor. That's broken the candles back. Yeah, it was too much. Like, I wasn't ready. So we drinking more. He said, I want you to do it. So he takes his pants down. I'm like, oh my God, this is, I'm looking at it. I'm abbreviated. I'm drunk and I'm watching him and he's taking his pants down. And then he gets the condoms. He puts it on me. He takes my pants and he puts the condom on me. He says, I want you to go outside me. I says, I can't do it. So he go get some lube and then he takes himself and he sits on top of me and he goes in and I'm like this. And then he started riding it. Now I'm freaked out. I'm like, I know women do this. This is, I'm like this. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked because I'm thinking he would be more like, like, oh, ooh, it's there, plop. And I was like, so clearly somebody been in them yams a few more times. So it wasn't like, So I'm in shock. And I'm like, and they just, and I'm like, I'm watching this built guy, bald, full mustache, beard, hardcore, no signs of gay, is riding me. And I'm looking at him. And I'm like, so I didn't come. He actually came and he played with himself and he came. And then after he came, he put it in a napkin and his thing still stayed hard. His thing was like this, y'all. It was literally this long. It was really long. And he just started all over again. He would come, he would wipe it off with a piece of tissue. His thing to get hard, and he would just start doing it. I was like, oh my God, what am I, a damn train? Like he's like, this one gets better. This gets better. So I'm like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, that's enough. So now he's basically, I guess he was just so happy the fact that I could get erect that he just he wanted to keep going and go. I was like, yo, like, you got to get off. Like, that's enough. Okay, now that's enough. Okay, so at this point, he gets to go home. Now I'm in shock. When I tell you, that man changed my whole world. When he went home, the world seemed totally different. And I was like, who do I tell this to? Who can I call and tell them? I just went through this. Like, I need to talk to somebody, but I can't tell nobody. I'm going to take it to my grave. Because I can't believe I did this. I can't believe. And I'm in shock. Then he calls me on the phone. I'm like, oh, I didn't answer the phone. I was like, I can't answer the phone right now. I got to let this all sink in. I just felt the dude. I just kissed the dude. Like, and he did it quick. So then he called me. He was like, well, I want to see you again. I was like, oh God, no. Like, my best friend, I'm laughing with him. We get along. And now I'm fucking him. And now I don't know what to do. Do I leave my best friend because we're having sex? What do I do? Now we're cool and I like him and now I'm fucking him. I'm confused. So what do I do? Do I go on ahead and go back to being by myself and going to church praying to God, ask God to take it out of me? Or do I just go on with my best friend and stand in my truth? I could either stand in my truth or I could go back into hiding. It's either this or that. So I'm confused. Get rid of your best friend and be alone, or just be with your best friend. So I was confused, shook, To the amen, devil. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. This is why we're telling the girls don't be so hard on the guys, because it is a process. It is a process. My first loveliness was big and end up in the emergency room. Oh no, that's not good. I said, Raven said that the sun comes out. The birds was singing and saw the rainbows. People. The question is, what the hell are you going to do when he wants to put that elephant? Oh, it gets better, Maverick. If Maverick, you there with me? So I had a choice. I had a choice to get rid of my best friend or be alone. So I said, I'm gonna stay with him. Oh, this story is. You think that first story was something? This one gets worse. This one get way worse. This is way, way, way worse. This gets way worse. So then I started questioning him. I would never date my best friend because sometimes it doesn't work out. I don't know, but so anyway, let me stay focused. Y'all know I gotta stay focused, y'all. So um, so we go home and stuff. I'm gonna have a problem with it. Okay, fine. So we decided to. I decided not to leave him and stay with him. Now at this point, I'm going to the liquor store by my own liquor now. Now I'm getting drunk. I'm getting drunk on my own. I'm getting drunk in the morning. I'm getting drunk at night because I'm trying to deal with my truth. I'm trying to deal with what's becoming to me, what's happening to me. Why do I like him? Why I got feelings for him? Why am I falling in love with this man? And I'm like, I shouldn't be feeling this way. So now I came over again. I fucked him again. I came over again. I mean, he came over again. I fucked him again. He came over again. I fucked him again. He was trying to. Okay. So then I'm getting more used to it now. I'm learning this is how we're gonna be. We're gonna be those type of friends. And then we went out to this is the weirdest thing. We got on the bus and we went somewhere downtown. And this is so weird. Now you pick my interest, keep it going. Now the thing about it was this is the weird part. Females. Females. When I tell you used to go after him like he was a star from the damn TV. I used to watch females coming to him like, "How you doing, boo?" I was like, I'm standing there right with him. I used to get on the bus. I used to watch girls give me their number. I'm like, girls used to pull his leg while we on. I'm watching him, and he'd be laughing. The females used to chase after him, like dudes chase after females, and he would just laugh and laugh, and I'd be like shocked because I never saw females do this to dudes before. But with him, they used to go crazy over him. He was dark skinned, he was brown skinned, but the other one was high yellow, but this one was brown skinned. And when I tell you, women used to go after him, it was like a virus. Anyway, he went, females just chase after. It was like, who are you? And he would just laugh. He would laugh everything. He was like, well. So we get home and stuff and watching talk. Oh, but this he also taught me something else he did. We used to go places and stuff, like we used to go shopping and stuff because he used to buy fabric and stuff like that. So go buy fabric and stuff. And whenever we go to the store, we always came home with the stuff. And I was like, how do you come home with this stuff? But I never seen you purchase it. You was boosting. I never knew people boost. I mean, I know I can steal little things now and then, but I've never saw people boost like when you stealing big ass shit. I heard people, you go in the store, you might, this is way back in the day, you might steal some crazy glue or, you would pick like little small things. Now to be with somebody in a store who's stealing big shit, that you was with them and never saw them put it in a bag. I never saw this man steal. I never saw this man pick up stuff. But when we got home, he had the shit with him. I was like, how the hell did you a stunt queen? Queen, you speaking on it. remind you, I've never, I mean, it was amazing. Now, the thing was, I'm in the house. I'm like, well, I'm being introduced to my best friend, and I'm learning so many things. So we in the house, I'm like, he's like, I'm about to go make an outfit. Da, da, da. So, okay, man. At this point, he wanted me to come to his house with him. I'm coming to his house with him, come to my house. So at this day, so we get to my house and stuff, and he says to me, "It's time." I said, "Time for what?" He's like, I want to make love to you. I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I want to make love to you." I said, "What? I've never done that." He said, "I know." He said, that's what's good about you. You haven't done a lot of things." So I'm like, okay, I don't think I could do that because I work out a lot. Look, I'm belling out. I work out a lot. My stomach is tight. You ain't getting to me. It's gonna take a while. It ain't gonna work. He was like, okay, well, I'll work with you. I'm like, okay. I said, but I don't think I could do it. I'm like, but that's not fair. You're doing him, but when he asks to do you, you say no. You got to do the right thing. This is before this work, because now I'm doing it. So I'm like, okay, fine. So he tries to go inside of me. He's like, "Are you trying to hold it?" I said, "No, I'm not." He says, "You really tight?" I said, "Yeah, I know." So he's trying to go inside. I'm like, it's not working. So it's like, oh my God, this is horrible. It's like a wall. I'm trying to break a wall. I was like, I told you, I used to be really athletic. It's not going to go on me. So he was like, well, you got to help me. I said, help you what? Am I supposed to go in there and go inside a hole or damn flashlight? So anyway, it's not going to happen. So anyway, he's trying to go inside of me. It ain't working. He gives up. We try again. It ain't working. We gives up. When I say gives up, I mean days. So one day he goes, the next day, the next day, the next day. We on 5 days. He still ain't got me yet. Okay, we go to his house. We go 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, 10 days. He still hasn't gotten to me yet. He's still trying. Me working on it. He ain't giving up. I gotta get in you. I gotta get in you. He's like, it's like he wants some revenge shit. You've been inside of me. I got to get in you. So we on 11 days, 12 days, 13 days, 40 days, 50 days. He's still gonna get me yet. He's still trying to, I gotta get you more drunk. So he's trying to get me more drunk. So he's still trying to get inside me. So we on 16 days, 17 days, 18 days, 19 days, 20 days. He's still ain't getting me. He's still trying. He still can't get at me. He's like, oh my God, I'm thinking you going home working out so you can stay harder. I says, no, it's not that. I've never done this. My body is tight. I don't have to work out. My body will start locking on its own. He's like, I've never heard nobody but you. I said, I'm telling you, I don't work out. My body locks by itself. I don't even work out. They were like, you got to do something. I said, I don't work out. I used to, but I don't. Anyway, so it's like, well, I'm thinking you holding it. I said, I'm not. So anyway, he goes and more. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 days. He still can't get in. So he goes to the store and he buys this thing called Rush. It's like a Rush thing that you gotta smell it, and you smell it, it makes your body collapse or something. Like, so he would give me Rush. He's like, he would take it and fill it up. He used to put it on my face and like, we was like, damn it. I guess he was on, this isn't fair. Raven is a top, not a bump. It was funny though. And so he put this brush on me and he was like, just smell it now. So he got me pouring liquor down my throat, pushing rust. He said, well, let's try again. Lube me up. He's like, hold. He said, come on. So he had loosened me up, but I still wasn't. He loosened me up, but I wasn't enough so he could go in. So he was like this. It wasn't, so he kept trying to get, so he finally goes in. He finally pushes, I guess it's a wall. Then he goes in. He finally goes in. Okay. At this point, he's inside of me and stuff. The Rush that they gave me, I got it like this because I'm like in pain. I'm smelling it. I'm dying. So at this point, it's he's working his way in, like he's trying. He can't go fast. He got to go slow because it's still too tight. But he's working on workout. But he's just so happy he got a break. It took him 30 days, but he got through finally. He's like, oh. So after 30 days of doing it, he finally gets in, and then he's trying to work on it. You know, he has to loosen me up. So he's happy that. So that day he's like, okay, I'm gonna give your body a rest today. We'll try. That's what it's called, poppers. I think that's what they call it. So then he like, okay, fine. He's exhausted. We said, okay, we're trying to get another day. So the next day, we didn't do anything. I relaxed, but he was worried that I was going to get tight. So it's like, okay, I didn't see you there, but we got to go back into it because you're gonna get tight back up. So then, next thing I knew, he was we did it again. He got the stuff. He I don't know. He got some extra strength or something, and then he was like, put this on. He gotta. Before he used to put it, he got a tissue. He filled that thing up. It was so wet. He put it on my nose, and he was like, So at this point, what they would do is they would relax your whole body. Your whole body be like this. So at that point, your whole body being relaxed, it's easy for them to go inside. And that's the only way he can have sex with me. He had to make my whole body collapse in order for him to do it. I just got done doing 4 rounds myself. I'm behind Lighthouse. He was like, "You're going to get exactly." And the thing about it is, he was my first, but the only way he could have sex with me, he had to have the poppers, as what they call it, rush. But he had to have it with me because if he didn't have it, he couldn't get in me. Like my whole body had to collapse in order to go inside. So, okay. So at this point, remind you, he was like this. So when most people had to like turn around, you didn't have to turn around with him. He could literally lay on top of you, and you didn't have to open your legs. I mean, you didn't have to put your legs up. You could just lay there. He could just go straight inside of you without you even moving your legs, like legs flat. Missionary. He didn't have to do that, just flat legs, because he was just so long. And when I tell you, he made me feel like a natural born bitch. I feel like a natural born bitch when he got finished with me. But I was different. And I was in love. But look, the dick will make you turn in love with a man, honey. Don't that kind of creepy on this part? He was trying to suck your energy. No, that's I don't know. Raven, you need to write a book. Exactly. Um, the thing, but it gets worse, y'all. It gets way worse. It gets so much worse. I'm starting to realize why I'm such a fucked up person. So he's having sex with me. I'm in love with him. I found out what it's like to fall in love with the D. Like you could fall in love with a man, which my ex did. I guess no, but this is way. He was before him, so he was before the one I turned out. But he actually taught me how to turn men out. He taught me how to turn men out, and what he did to me and stuff. Um, what he did to me, it really changed my way of thinking. When I tell you, I feel like a natural born female. I feel like a real bitch when he had sex with me. I mean, the one thing about him though, he would have sex. He was a nympho, and if anybody ever had a nympho, they are the worst. They are the worst. They could come, wipe it off, and go right back in you. Come, wipe it off, and go back in you. Go, come right. They don't go down. They just stay hard. And he would just stay on me for hours, just stay on me for hours. He would just come and go back, come and he just keep going and going and going and going and going. And I'm like, oh God, like come on. He would never get off me. No, it wasn't no rape. And he would never get off me. He would stay on me. He would stay on me all the time. He could have sex with me 8, 9 hours a day. I was like, I've never knew nothing like this existed. I thought once you put it in, person comes, stuff like that, and it was over. He would just stay on me. He would never let me go. We had more conversation. Then he said could give his cousins to call my phone. I was like, he said, give my cousin your phone number in case they want to contact me and stuff. So his cousin called the phone and stuff, because he's always at my house. So his cousin, in case they didn't get in contact with him and stuff, his cousin was calling. And it was just really different. It was really different. So I'm in love. I got a boyfriend now. It was doing it over and over. You are having the best orgy. I wasn't coming though. I wasn't that person. Don't tell him to do get involved. The sex part. The sex part was crazy. He turned me out. When I tell you, he redirected my whole life. Anything he did, I wanted to do it. Anything he did, I wanted to do it. He introduced me to cocaine. He introduced me to black beauties. He introduced me to vodka. He introduced me to the sex. He introduced me to straight men who are gay men that look straight. He introduced me to all this shit. And I was like, now the one thing about the cocaine thing, this is the funny part. It's the funny part. I got allergies. I got allergies. I always had allergies and stuff my whole life. I was taking black beauties. I don't even know what the fuck that was even for, but anything he did, I wanted to do it. Anything he did, I wanted to do it. The whole love is the best. Them chocolate, yeah. The cake make them, yeah. So he had me turned out. So I was in love with him. Okay, so I wanted to be around him. You would know I was in love with him when you seen us together. Like you would know, I would just pop. So I on my way going to see him and stuff. We went to Halloween together. We did everything together. He was my best friend. I loved him so much. He knew I loved him, and he used to laugh. He was like, "You are so in love with me," and he knew what he did. So I came to see him one day. He was like, "Hey, babe." I said, "What's up, boo?" We talking and stuff. Oh wait, this part I forgot. Um, Raven, shut up. Did she say something about Dookie? I didn't say no Dookie. I said Coke. Um, Part just stayed on top. You see, yeah, it's amazing. Hey, Raven, happy belated Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate it, but thank you, GL. You too. Squares orgasms. No, that was no. I don't know about that. I didn't. No. And the thing is that got me was he became different. And I think the problem was he started shifting. I was now drinking. I was doing this and this and that. But he didn't introduce me to the. I'm moving too fast. He only introduced me to black beauties and drinking and a lot of liquor. And he never had money for liquor. He used to steal the liquor. He used to steal bottles and bottles of liquor. And we never drank it like with orange juice. We used to drink it straight. So I mean not drinking. So it was totally different. So next thing I knew, he started getting a hand problem. Like if I said something he didn't like, he would slap me in my face. Like he'd be like, "What, bitch?" He would just slap me. So at this point, I was like, I don't know who said you on some other stuff, Lighthouse. So I'm like, what are you talking about? So we go back and forth into that. And then he didn't want nobody around me. He became possessive of me. He didn't want anybody there. If I was like, what so and so, why the fuck you asking so and so is? He would get upset. Why would he slap you? If I said something that would make him pissed off, he would just slap me in the face with it. Like he's the kind of dude that could say what he wanted to me, and I would laugh. If I said something he didn't like, he would just start swinging on me. I would never fight him back, only because I was scared if I fought him, I was gonna lose him. That's how bad it was. So a new subscriber from K, and you're right, men don't want us to love us. They are nothing. We are not even human treated. Okay. Once he turned you out, he became bored and took an innocent spirit. Yeah, the thing about it was that this is the thing, it gets better or it gets even worse. So I'm in love with him. I'm in love with the man that's beating my ass. He wasn't beat my ass. He just would hit me if I said he would hit me in front of his friends. His friends would be like, "Yo, stop beating." And then we get up there and stuff like that. So we would go back and forth, and I was with his friends. I was around a whole round of people. Come to find out the two guys that was there, they were going together. I didn't know gay men went together. I didn't know a whole bunch of this stuff. I went to a gay club when he took me to my first gay club. I went there in New York City. I thought it was disgusting when I saw two men kiss, but I was like, at the end of the day, I'm kissing him, but I think it's disgusting watching somebody else kiss. It was just really weird. I went to the bar. I was watching men dance with men. I was like, okay, this is crazy. Like my mind is blown. Like I'm being introduced to so many different things, and I'm trying to handle it. And I never saw nothing like this before. I've never saw two men kiss before. I'm watching men dance together. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is crazy. And then you try to find a dark spot where you could you're not ready. Okay, maybe then you're not reading your community, your comments. The same thing happened to me. You're not reading your comments thoroughly. I remember Black Molly's. Yeah, that's what I think they're called, Black Molly's. Um, what was the comment? Somebody commented about something. You want me to answer it? I'm a new subscriber. Welcome aboard. Same thing happened to me. So the thing is that I went to the club and stuff like that. I was new to it, drinking. I'm definitely not the same person I once was. I'm drinking, I'm getting high. I'm doing everything following behind him. Anything he did, I want to do it. So anyway, long story short, which is not short. So we go home. Da-da-da. I'm in this house. He fucking the hell out of me as usual. I never was on top of him anymore. He was always in me. He stayed in me. I never did him anymore. He just did me all the time. Every time, every day. My big dick, my big dick first love was Vince Lord and used to slap me a lot. Yeah, that's the thing about it. The thing about it is, I think when they start doing this controlling thing, they get you where they want you. You're not reading. Okay. Yes, you are. Just keep you talking. Hold the Queen's Press. Um, Y'all, why do older Queen's Press prey on the younger ones? Oh, just no, that's not love. So at this point, I'm in love with him. Whatever I didn't want to look at, whatever he did to me, I just paid it no mind. His friends would tell me like, "Why do you let him hit you? You should hit him back." And I was like, "No," because even back then I could fight. If you have a black mother that was a bitch, you could beat the shit out of people. And at the end of the day, you couldn't hit her, but at the end of the day, you can go to work on people. But that even transfer. So whatever. I thought women supposed to slap the man with the. Okay, you definitely be. I'm talking about before. Let's try this again. I'm talking about before this world. I'm talking about the Gabrielhood. For the ones who just coming on, I'm talking about Gabrielhood. Um, how old were you when you transitioned into? God, this one man. Okay. I've been this way for 13 years now, full time. Before I asked some involved, said she said that. So basically, she didn't say that. I never said nothing like that. I saw that like I just let it go up. Child. You guys have to understand that when you're new in the scene, this happened a lot. That's usually older, more experienced men that breaks your heart. The thing about it is that I was new to the whole thing. I didn't know. It was a lot that I didn't understand. So when you're not understanding, so anyway, so I'm in love. I'm turned out. Um, I'm I'm seeing the world differently. I'm like, I got a boyfriend. I'm happy. I'm carefree. I'm gay. And it's funny because I'm walking down the street and I'm happy. Everybody's like, this bitch is happy. I'm just happy. I got a boyfriend. He turning me out in that bed every night. I mean, he just did. So I go to his house and stuff. And he's like, he's packing up. I'm like, what are you going? He says, sit down. I said, what's the matter? He said, I got to leave. I said, where you got to go? He said, I don't want to tell you because I'm not going to say the location. But he said, I have to leave you. I was like, leave me? Like, you done turned me out. You got me drinking. You got me doing this stuff behind you. Like, where you going? I want to go with you. I want to be with you. I want to go with you. Yeah, it breaks my heart when you're first, right? Period. So he says, sit down. I said, what is it? What is it like? Do I got a disease? Like, am I sick? Am I about to die? He's like, no, you're not sick. You ain't about to die. I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. I'm thinking maybe I got sick because I kissed him. Maybe I shouldn't have kissed him. I got a disease. My mind is going to be across the board. So he says, y'all ready for this one? What y'all think it is? Let me see what y'all say. He got, what's up, WIF? A wife and kids. Oh, y'all on point. He said, my wife is about to have the baby, so I have to go home. I said, a wife? He said, yeah, my wife is about to have the baby, so I have to go home. And I said, I thought you lived here. He was like, no, I'm from so-and-so. He said, and I have a son. I said, you got kids? He said, yeah. You mad? I'm like, you done opened me up. You done got me drunk. Like, he said, don't worry, I'm going to leave her for you. I'm like, leave her for me? I was like, he said, yeah, she's about to have the baby. So at this point, I don't know what, I can't tell nobody, have nobody to tell. He got all these friends. I can't talk to nobody about this. I'm like, okay. I said, I gotta go. He said, don't go. We could talk about. I said, there's nothing to talk about. You leaving me to go be with your wife. You told me. I'm thinking you single. You're not even from here. You don't even live here. You got a wife. What the hell? And he's like, well. So I go home. Now I'm going. Look, I was going home. Like went over there like this and going home like this. I'm crying. Going home. I'm crying. What's the matter, little buddy? I can't tell you. So I'm like crying, going home. What's the matter? I can't tell you. I can't. Look, the little boy down the street that turned me out got a wife. It's like I got a ticket to my grave. So I'm like, oh God. So I go home and I'm like going to the liquor store. I'm about getting drunk. This is how deep I was. I went and I bought a pack of Colt 40. He's the one who got me on Colt 45. If y'all would know who got me on Colt 45, he's the one who got me on Colt 45. And it's so weird that I'm bringing it up because now I'm realizing that he's the one. So I bought a 6-pack of Colt 45. I took a straw and put it in one and drank the 6-pack, stuck it in the straw and drinking the 6-pack like this, and it's open up, walking like this. You would think I'm carrying a boot bag, but I'm actually drinking the beer out the bag, and I'm getting drunk going home. Glad you can laugh about it. It was a long time ago. And I'm sorry I had to fast forward. Yeah. So the thing is, okay, my ex was a masculine man and he abused and terrorized him. having a secret wife. Oh yes, suicide. Yes, that secret wife stuff. But it gets better. It gets better, y'all. It gets way better. Or should I say way worse? It get worse. So you know what I did? I went home and I signed myself into Job Corps. I said I gotta get away. I want to go to Job Corps. I gotta get out of here. So I signed myself into Job Corps, and they said that I could leave. They were gonna send money for me, and I could leave. I said I gotta get away from here. I'm gay now. I got a man that's gonna turn me out. My booty hole sound like a tea kettle whistle. Like when I walk, I'm here. So now I'm like, so I go and he comes to see me. He said, "You mad at me?" I says, "No." He said, "Don't go." I said, "I gotta go. This is against God, and I'm being punished for this. I shouldn't be gay. I should be straight." He says, "No, it's not about God." He said, "You are who you are." I was like, "No." So anyway, I signed up Job Corps. I had to go catch the train to go down to Job Corps and stuff. So I went to go catch the train. He came down to the train station with me. He was crying. He was like, "I don't want you to go." So he's crying to me. So Raven, you weren't feminine. No, not at all. I still ain't. Sound good. Nice job, corpse. Woo. Oh, it gets better. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. So he's at the train station with me, and I'm crying. He's crying. He's like, "I love you. Don't do this." He's the train door closes. He holding the door like, "Don't do this." So he's holding the door, and there's like two conductors like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this." Conductor's like, "What's going on?" So they got the conductor's like looking at him like, he's like, "Don't do this. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me." He's crying. And I'm crying. I'm like, "I gotta go. I can't do this. I gotta get out of here. I can't do." He was like, "No, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I love you." I'm like, "I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go." Conductor's like, "Yo, you gotta go." He's like, "You gotta." He blew that whistle. "You gotta go." So it was like, "No, don't go." And then the conductor said, "You gotta go." He got in front of him, and he was like, "All right." And then he did like this, and he went down to the ground, and he was just crying. I'm like, "Ugh." So I'm watching him cry as the train drives off, and I'm like this. I'm in full blown shock. Like I don't even know what to do. I'm hurt because I love this man so much, but I was like, I could get out of here. You got a full wife. There is no life for me here. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't. I'm drunk. I'm following behind you. So look like so I'm so I'm driving this train. I get down to the Job Corps and stuff. Job Corps says, "All these people coming in here with you, you have to keep friends with them. You have to be your brother's keep and stuff like that. It's order here, you have to watch each other back." Now remind you, I don't even know what the hell. I'm thinking Job Corps is like a place where you just come in, da da da. So I'm in there and stuff. And I'm like, okay, fine, I go inside. Now Job Corps, they take the gates and they close it. So I'm gullible as hell. Like I told you, I was gullible as hell. So I'm gullible. I'm in everything, and I'm walking in. It's like all these people. It's like a big camp, like a big, big camp. It was all black people. It was packed with black people. It's like a big, big camp. Everybody had their certain units that they stayed in. I put something called cabins and stuff. They all stayed in and stuff. I'm still gullible as hell. Walking. I'm walking inside. But mind you, I got hair all the way down to here, long hair down to here, and I'm walking in. Um, but you see, it took that to bring you into who you are. At least you didn't go through years of struggling. That's not true exactly, Davo. So I get down to Job Corps and I'm learning all this stuff that's going on. And everybody in Job Corps is known as a reject. I had no idea. So it's like, "Oh, he got some more rejects." Now I'm walking in and it's like, "Oh, hello, rejects." So we're walking in, I think it was like 5 guys or 7 guys. And it's like, you fucking rejects. Now we're walking into a place that's packed with a whole bunch of men and women. So we like rejects. So me, I'm already like, I mean, I could fight. That was never a problem for me, but I'm broken. Like I'm walking into something totally different. So now I'm walking in and stuff, and I'm walking up there. It's like dirt and stuff. I get to my room, and on my bed was a present, a necklace. So I get to my room. I said, somebody left a present here on this bed. They said, yeah. A girl said that the Lord sent you here to be with her. I said, sent who? It said, this girl says the Lord sent you here. She wants to be with you. I said, be with who? It said, be with you. I said, I just got here. I think, maybe this ain't my bed. It's no, that's your bed. She put it there. I was like, who's this girl? Like, so there is this present on my bed. I don't think I even opened it up. And I was like, I'm confused. Like, so then I'm here because of a man. Now here it is, a female is coming at me. So then I'm like, I don't know. So my friends started laughing at me. They're like, Dad, you got a girl. You just got here and you got a female after you already. So I'm like, oh God. So then, you're around a bunch of men, you got to butch it up a lot more. So I was like, no, no, no. So I was, got to the bedroom and stuff. I remember what the man said, we're all each other's protector. We're in a place where they call us rejects. They calling us rejects. So I'm like, well, what the, am I in prison? When I tell y'all, it was straight like prison on TV. It's like a prison in there. It was a prison. I kid you not. It was like a straight up prison. It was a prison. It just females was in there. It was like a prison. And here it is. I'm in this place and stuff. And I'm like, what if I got myself? That's what I would say. Raven, I can get myself in some shit. So I'm in this whole Job Corps place. It's like a prison. And I got a gift there. So I'm sitting up and everything, stuff like that. I'm with these other seven guys. I think it was seven or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 6 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was 8 guys. 8 guys. Everybody had a bunk. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was 8 guys. So we had about up and top of the bumper. It was, I was meant that the way that if you had kept it, keep live as straight, man, I feel like it would have been a lot more torture. No, I don't think so, Davo. When I became in this world, but listen, let me stay focused because I'm gonna. Okay, so this is the thing. So I get there and everything. Now I'm in here and everything, and I'm confused. So I go to class and stuff because they put you in class and stuff and say what you want to study. I said I want to try to do carpentry or something like that. So they said, well, for what you want to do, you got to graduate. I said, well, I already graduated from high school. So it was like, well, where's your diploma? I said, I don't have it. They said, well, there's nothing wrong with going back to school, learning. I said, I'm not going back to no damn high school. I already graduated. There's nothing wrong with graduating twice. I said, you sound like a goddamn fool. What I like graduating high school twice? Come on now. So I'm looking around and stuff. Now I'm thinking things differently. Me being the person I am, not knowing how I look. Because the woman who birthed me told me I was ugly. She used to say a lot of shit. So I never thought I was pretty. But I went around men who looked hard like me. I thought I looked hard. But that's further down the line when a pretty Indian came in and set me down and talked to me. So anyway, so I'm in there and everything, and I'm walking around this place. It's like a real set of prison. Like, I kid you not. And except there were females there. They kept the females separated from the men, and they were kind of combined. Like, guys would go with the girls, they go have sex, and they would sneak off and stuff. And so I'm inside and everything. And then I would be in there, and then what they would do is like around 3 o'clock in the morning, they make you get up, go take a shower. I never took in a shower. with a bunch of men before. This is totally different for me. So now I'm taking showers with men in like a prison. I kid you not. And I'm taking a shower, and it's like this big room. It's like that. It's like we're all taking showers and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so they're making us take a shower together. This is weird for me. So, at this point, I'm in there and everything. So I'm gonna speed this story. It's going too long. Raven, how long it took you to complete your trade in job? I went AWOL. This is the thing. I called up my ex-girlfriend. I said, I need you to get no. I called my mother, and I said, I need you to send me my diploma. She said, I ain't sending you nothing. I was like, oh. So I called. I knew she wasn't gonna. She said she wished she never had me. So clearly she was on point with that. So anyway, so I called up my I didn't have any money to get out. I was like, I gotta get out of here because I can't stay down here. This is too much for me. Like, I'm not going back to school. So what happened was, it was a big fight down there. It was a big fight, and it was a light-skinned guy and it was a dark-skinned guy. And from the rumor had it was they were caught having sex. So two guys that were gay was having sex, and they got caught. And the light-skinned guy was from California, and the black guy was from somewhere else. So they got caught having sex, from what I was said. So the whole camp went to beat them up. And the Africans was like, oh, they're trying to give us HIV. They're trying to give us AIDS. Let's beat the shit out of them. So they went to go beat them up. Now, me, being a person I am, like, I'm cool with everybody and stuff. So I heard what was happening. So then I was like, what's going on? So this other guy, he said, I thought they were talking about you. I said, they ain't talking about me. I said, because I said, I'm telling you right now, y'all ain't gonna have no camp. Y'all fuck with me. I'm telling you right now, I will turn this motherfucker out. I will burn this bitch down with y'all in his sleep. I'll make sure y'all won't get the fuck out of here. Anyway, I had a little bit of anger issues. So we inside the place and stuff. So they decided, all these men, these big, tall, black African men, and they were real big and tall. And they were taller than me. They was built. Like, just like you seeing on TV, the warrior was. So I'm like, okay, they was big and stuff. But I was cool with everybody, so it wasn't as big as me. So they went to go beat them up. So when I found that it was going to go attack them, due to the fact that I became, like one of them, the gay guys, I was like, well, this is what I'm going to do. I went to them. I was like, yo, they talking about jumping you. Go to the office and till they could get this stuff under control. So the light-skinned guy, pretty light-skinned guy from California, he's like, I'm not running nowhere. I said, listen, I'm telling you, they talking about jumping you. You can't fight everybody. You make a fight one or two, but it's too many. I mean, it's like 20, 30 dudes. You can't fight all these guys. He was like, I've been running my whole life. I'm not running from anyone. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. And so the dark-skinned guy, they went to go get him, and I saw him running. They couldn't catch him. He was hauling ass. And then the light-skinned guy, they was coming to him. I was like, yo, please just go. He says, I'm not running anywhere. I said, oh my God. I said, I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm not being a part of this. I'm going. Because I tried to tell you to go. Like, you got enough time. You could have just left. He said, I'm not running. I went out the door to get the fuck away. Next thing I know, I saw him come out the window. He was bleeding. It was nothing but he was high yellow. He was blood everywhere. They had to beat him so bad, and he fell in. And when he got out the window, they ran around and pulled him out the restaurant. They stopped. I was like, no. So I'm running up to them. I was like, no, stop it. So I'm pushing, I'm grabbing them. I'm like, no, I'm out here trying to get them off of him. And they like, oh, what the fuck is y'all doing? Stop it. I'm in the, mind you how crazy I am. I'm in the middle of a whole bunch of guys, and I'm trying to stop them from getting off of him. And this dumbass that could have got up there and left was standing up there to my son. Now he wasn't even fighting back. He doing all this shit. I'm like, no. So I grabbed, I put them up, and I took him to this car, and I put him inside this car. I don't even know where this car came from. I pushed him inside the car, and I said, lock the door. I was like, no. Y'all can't do this. It's not right. Y'all can't do this. They was like, who the fuck is you? I was like, no, y'all can't do this. I said, this is a black man. Y'all can be beating on this and y'all gotta stop. I'm running my mouth. I'm trying to talk to them. It had to be the grace of God to make them stop, because I don't even know why they stopped. But they listened to me. They listened to me, and I got them in the car, and the security stuff started coming up. I mean, the place was swept, and I was like, no, 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 no. And then I got them in the car. The security came up and stuff, and they got him out the car, and they took him down to the office. It was bloody. His clothes was blooded up and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. I goes up to my room and stuff, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't be out here. I can't. I got to get out of here. I can't. I can't. So I'm in the job corps and stuff. So I'm in the room and stuff, and I saw a lot of guys beat him up. And this other guy who like really hardcore guy, really ugly guy, he comes inside. I was like, that's fucked up. And he actually helped beat on him. And I was like, yo, why would you do that? He was like, I didn't do nothing. I said, yes, you did. That's messed up. So the guy gets in the bed with me. So I'm like, here I go again. Like, why are you getting in bed with me? He's like, I just want to talk to you. I said, talk to me about what? He was like, are you seeing anybody? I was like, yo, I'll tell you right now, I'm about to go. I said, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for this. I said, because I'm saying right now, y'all don't want this. You got to mess with somebody that got the privileged life. I don't come from a privileged life. I got a mother that hate my fucking guts. I got a father that hate my fucking ass, bitch. Y'all don't want me, because I will let y'all attack me, and I will keep coming back, and I will keep coming back until I get every last one of you. I will get innocent people. I'm going to keep coming back. I'll make my whole career on killing your ass. You don't want me. Pick up somebody last week. So he was like, I'm feeling you and stuff like that. And remind you, he's hitting on me. He's letting me know he's into me. He kind of feeling another guy. And remind you, these are the 8 people I came with. So the other guy came up and said, why every time we turn around, you keep trying to get up in the bed with me? And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I said, but I got to go. He was like, I just want to keep your number. I want to get to know. I was like, no, I got to get out of here. Like, I don't know what's going on. It's too much happening. I got to get out of here. So I'm like, okay, I called my ex-girlfriend. I was like, listen, I got to get out of here. She was like, well, where you at? I was like, I'm down here. Can you come get me? I got to get out of here. I said, because it's too much going on. I'm not ready for this. This is crazy. He saw the gay. He was a part of it. XB. He was a part of gay bashing him. That guy. So, and then I ran into the guy, the light skinned guy and the dark skinned guy, and I ran into him in the hallway, and I said, I'm glad you okay. He's like, what the fuck you care for? It's none of your fucking business. Now the light skinned guy's cussing me out. He's like, it's none of your fucking business what went down. What the fuck you got to do with it? I'm like, what are you talking about? He says, you don't give a fuck about me. You don't give a... I'm like, dude, I put my whole life... He's like, I don't give a fuck. So I was like, I'm the one put you in the car. I'm the one who had your back. They could have beat my ass. I said, I was looking out for you. He said, oh, please. I was like, you know what? All right, let me go. I was like, I'm good. I was like, yo, I need you to come get me. I can get out of here. It's too much nut jobs are going on here. So at this point, they were trying to get them to transfer out that location because they was not safe. Their life was being threatened. I'm trying to get out of there. I was like, I'm out. I got my bags. I packed my shit. I climbed that fucking fence and I hauled ass and went to that train station and I just jetted. That's how I left. I went AWOL. I left. I was like, oh, hell no. It's too much going on. I almost got myself killed trying to help you and here you ungrateful ass. No, I'm good. So at that point, how many hours? Okay, I'm about to go, y'all. It's 3 hours up here. This is too long for me. So anyway, I get my ex-girlfriend. She came and got me on the train. And then after that, she came and got me and she got me and I got on the train. But she said, well, what was you doing down there anyway? You should have known better. Da, da, da. You don't look like they do. Why would you put yourself down there? Someone called Hollywood. But it gets better. It gets better. It gets worse, basically. But I'm saying better. It gets worse. So I get home, back to the woman who birthed me house. I was like, why wouldn't you send me my diploma? She said, oh God. I'm like, oh God, this woman can't stand me. Like I could get the hell away from her. Anyway, so I'm back at her house and stuff, which means I'm gonna be tortured even more. I get to hear how much she didn't want to have me. She didn't know I was gay. She would have had an abortion. I have to hear all this bullshit all over. I destroyed her life. She would have to hear all this bullshit all over again. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Okay, fine. So I'm in the house and everything. And guess who comes to see me? My best friend. I heard you back in town. I want to see you. I was like, okay. I said, I thought you left. He said, I did. I came up to get some more stuff. I had to bring some more stuff back where I live. Okay, fine. He was like, well, I want to see you. I said, well, I'm about to go back down to Job Corps because I'm not staying up. He's like, really? He said, I thought you left. I said, no, I'm going back. I can't. I gotta wing it out. I can't stay with her. I definitely can't be with you. I'm going back. So after all the getting out of there, I was like, I'm going back. I'm just gonna fight it out. I'm just going, I've been through enough trials and tribulations. I know how to fight. So he says, well, this is what we'll do. What we'll do is I'll drop you off and let's go. So I get in the truck, packed with all his furniture and everything's clothes. Everything is in his U-Haul truck. And we in the truck. And tell me what he did next, y'all. I'm going to see if y'all know. Y'all pretty good, though. I'll give you that. Tell me what he did next. Okay, I'm back. Almost burned up. I'll push you against the wall. No. When it came time for him to let me out the truck, he kept going. He took me home with him. He took me to his wife's house that was having the baby. He took me home to his wife's house. He wouldn't let me out the truck. Now, I should have known when he was crying before when he said that. But like I said before, this is my gullible days. I was gullible as hell. So I'm in his truck. I'm in pure shock. And we're arguing back and forth. He's like, I love you. Give me a chance. I don't want to be with her. So anyway, we go to his wife's house and it's nighttime because it was a long drive. And I go inside the house and stuff. And his wife is there. And she's full blown pregnant. And I'm like, ugh. And I'm like, okay. So we inside the house and stuff. And I go upstairs to my room. And then I come down later the next morning. His wife was asking me, did he meet some girl up there because she think he's having an affair? Did I know him to have a girlfriend while he was up there? And she's pregnant. And I'm like, no, I really didn't hang around him that much. I'm lying left and right. I'm like, no, I wasn't hanging around him that much. She's like, I feel like he got a girlfriend because I'm feeling these vibes. Like he changed so much. He don't even try to have sex with me no more. He acts real different towards me. She said, I think he's in love with somebody else. And I'm like, then she says, did you see him with, she said, did you see him with somebody? I was like, no, never mind you. I was like, y'all got something to drink. Like, I need a drink. I need a drink. I need to get drunk. I need to get out this body. I need to get my drunk body. I don't need to be here. I need to get drunk. So I go back up to my room. I'm in my bed. I'm falling asleep. Next thing I know, I feel this dick going inside of me. He's having sex with me. His wife is in the other room, and this is Dickinson inside of me in that room he gave me. And the door is open. I'm like, oh my God, like what the, he puts his hand on my mouth. I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm in shock. I'm in love with him. I'm in a situation. I'm with his wife. His little boy thinks I'm the prettiest thing he ever saw in his life. His son kept telling me, oh my God, you're so beautiful. He used to say, I think my son might be gay. He said, because the way he's in love with you is crazy. I'm like, ugh. So I'm at the point, the wife is like crying to me. She's like, I don't understand. I'm like, oh my God, why do I put myself in this situation? I'm like, So his cousin said, let me show you around where you at. So I was like, okay, fine, because he had to go somewhere and stuff. So it gets better. It gets better. So the cousin takes me around this location. I'm in a whole nother state. I've never been there before, so I'm in this whole nother state. And this cousin, so she takes me, I have no money, no nothing. And I'm in this whole state. So I'm like, okay. So his cousin sits me down, we're at McDonald's. She buys me a bottle of Johnny Walker Red, and I put it inside my Coke soda. I want to stay drunk. I wanted to stay drunk so I didn't have to deal with this situation I was in. So she bought me a big bottle of Johnny Walker Red, and I poured it to the McDonald's cup, and I'm drinking it. And she says, let me tell you something. Hey, Miss Dick. She said, let me tell you something. She said, my cousin is gay. She said, I think he wants you. She said, because he's acting like he don't, but he wants to be with you. I was like, he's gay. She said, yeah, he's gay. She said, remember I told you his cousin that was calling my house? That was his boyfriend. So his boyfriend been calling the house that I thought it was his cousin, calling my house all the time. So his girl cousin telling me that that's not his cousin, that's his boyfriend. So she's telling me, she said his boyfriend is so and so. She said he's just cheating on my sister. Da, da, da. And I'm like, oh my God. So not only I'm dating him, he has a boyfriend and he has a wife. And now I'm sitting here in shock. So at this point, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So after she dropped that bomb on me, he actually found a place to stay and we could move out. So we moved out and stuff. And I ended up going to the house and staying with him and stuff. He had no furniture and stuff. And then he wanted to have sex. I said, I'm not having sex with you. He's like, wow. I said, I'm not having sex with you. He said, you're not being in the house with me and not having sex with me. I said, no, I'm not. So he's like, I'll take it. I said, no, you won't. So I'm like, I can't believe I'm in this situation. And here it is now. I'm down here in this whole location. I know where I'm at. I was going to try to find a job. So he sent me to go somewhere. So I went to go to the store for him. And as I went to the store for him, when I came back, his boyfriend was in the house with him. So I'm like, I met his boyfriend. So I'm like, now he don't know I know. I didn't say anything. So I was like, cool, this is my cousin. He introduced me. I was like, oh, so you're the one. So now I'm looking at this whole situation. They sitting real close together. He was like, I need you to go to the store for me. So I'm like, okay. So I went to the store. When I came back, when I went to the store, they went in the back and they started having sex. So while they was having sex, I was knocking on the door. And he wouldn't answer the door because he was having sex. So I knocked on the door and the door cracked. So it broke. Thank you, YBA. So the window cracked and I left. I was like, I don't know what he's at. So I went back to his wife's house. He wasn't. I'm walking now. So I come back and he had all my clothes sitting on the steps. He put all my clothes out and said, you got to go. So he put me out. Because I broke the door. I broke his door. I said, put me out. I was like, so you got your boyfriend. Now I got to go to your wife's house. And now you throw me out on the street. I don't have no ticket to money to live out of here. How am I going to get home? I'm going to get out of here. He was like, you'll figure it out. So I'm like, oh my God. So now my clothes and I'm walking down the street to his wife's house. And then I caught this guy, one of his friends up. He was like, well, I'm about to go back to Jersey. I'll give you a ride, but you got to wait about a week. I was like, wait a week. He said, yeah, because I'm not leaving yet. Because he was in the army. And this army guy, remember, this army guy got a boyfriend too. So anyway, he gave me a ride back. And when I tell you, he called me every name in the book. He called me all kinds of names. Because everybody had me where they wanted me. So everybody said what they wanted to say to me. Everybody, it was just constant abuse. I would have had through a big bottle. The thing about it, it was, remember, this is my gullible days. This is not the Raven now. This is this is the making of Raven. Wish you went back to Job Course. I would have been the best choice. No, it wasn't. It was not the best choice at all. Um, I I ended up coming back and stuff. And after I came back and stuff, and I got home, and his friend ran my foot over with his car. I got home. I went up the stairs, got my house with the woman who birthed me. I guess she was like, "Oh, I go try to find a job, go look for some place, find work, try to find a job." I was like, "I give up. I'll just try to stay here with her." So I get a place to stay. I come home, and the best friend is in the house with my mother. And I'm like, "Oh my God." Now, remind you, I never came out to my mother. So I never wanted her to know, even though she would make fun of me. But he was in my house. He was on revenge. Since you broke my door, I'm coming up there to get you back. Now he's getting me back now. Remind you, you got a wife, she's pregnant, you had a boyfriend, but you coming to pay me back. So I'm like, and he would laugh because he's like, your mother don't know about you. And he knew he had that leverage over me. So due to the fact he had that leverage over me, he used it to his advantage. So I walked through the door. He's sitting there with my mother, and I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I'm here with your mother." Hey, Mr. Thick. So he's like, "I'm here with your mother," and he's smiling. I was like, "Well, you can't stay here." He says, your mother let me use her car, so I'm about to go use her car and go to the store again." I said, "You let him use your car?" She was like, "Yeah, it's your friend, right?" He says, "Yes, I'm your friend, right?" So I'm like, I couldn't say nothing to her. I'm sitting here with him, and he knew it, and he was smiling. He's like, so anyway, it's getting close to the end. In case y'all don't know, we're getting close to the end. So we get there and everything, and he was like, "I'm gonna go to the club. You want to come to the club with me?" I was like, "No, I don't want to go to the club with you." He said, "You're coming to the club with me." I said, "Oh." He said, "You're coming to the club with me, or I'm gonna go and have a conversation with your mother about her child." I was like, "Okay." Now remind you, he's standing in my room with me. He's having sex with me, and everything he's doing now is against my will because some of the fact of this matters, he got leverage over me because I wouldn't tell her what was going on. So we go to New York. I'm watching him pick up guys. I'm watching him getting guys' phone numbers. I'm watching him just doing everything right in front of my face. And I'm like, y'all could have him. I don't even care. At this point, I'm just like, and then I was like, I want to go home. He said, "You're not going home." I said, "I'm going home. I'm going home." He says, "No, you're not." I said, "I'm going home." Now, he said, "You're going home when I say you're going home." I said, "No, I'm going home." Because at this point, I'm on 10. Like, you done turn me out. You got a girlfriend, I mean a wife, you got a boyfriend. Now you picking up a guy's numbers in front of me. Like you just shitting on me literally right in front of my face. I gotta go. Anyway, so we get to the point about to leave. So I said, I'm about to leave. So I pick my keys, we grab my keys. He's like, you are not leaving. I said, give me my keys. He says, no. I said, give me my keys. I said, no. So I was like, I grabbed them and I started walking. He was like, give me the fucking keys back. So he's walking behind me. So give me the key. So then we arguing and stuff. He says, I told you before to give me the keys. He said, wham. And baby, you'd have thought I was Oprah Winfrey from The Color Purple. Thea. Because baby, when he slapped me, I wore that ass out. I beat the shit out of him. I dragged him all over New York City. I was slamming his face up against the buildings. I was beating the shit out of him. He kept running, trying to get away from me. I kept pulling his shirt. I'm pulling him back, and I'm just weighing his ass out. He trying to get back, and I'm just fucking him up. I'm beating the shit out of him. So I'd rather to be mad by hearing, just cry. So I beat the shit out of him. And people called the cops. And the cops didn't get there in time. He had left, and he's left to go back and stuff. I guess, I don't know where he went back to. I'm not sure where he went back to. I know I had the keys, and I just left. And then I sat down, and I just fell on the side of the street, and I just sat there and cried because I was like, this man has turned my whole life upside down. And just because he hurt me, if this makes sense to somebody, just because he hurts me, I still love him. Like he hurt me so bad, but I really love this man. And I'm like, I haven't left it. I'm angry with the situation, but I'm still in love with him. And it's hard that I hit him because I loved him so much. And then when I got home, I got in the bed and he got home, he came in the house and stuff. And then he says, I will never be with you. I will never be with anybody who put their hands on me. So, long story short, which is a little long, he got his stuff and he left. And that was it. What you would think, but it wasn't. I ran into him again. This is way years later. Years later, he was gone. So years later, I'm on a bus, and there he comes. I'm like, oh my God, you're not even from this state. What you doing here? He's on the bus, coming again. How many times can you keep meeting the same man 100,000 times, and they keep coming back? So he's on the bus. It comes out. He says, oh my God. He starts laughing. He sees me smiling. He said we had a home run. So he's like, I'm gonna apologize to you. I'm sorry for what I did. Da, da, da. Okay, fine. And he's like, I really did love you. I love you, and I really did love him. And it was just a conversation need to be had. And then he's like, well, we could talk about things. I miss you as a friend. I miss you. I wish we'd have never went that far. I miss you. I love you. I love you too. Da, da, da. We kind of did that grown folk stuff when you come back to each other after a long period of time. So we had the conversation and stuff. We wanted to rekindle our friendship and not the sexual relationship because it was already ruined. He invited me to his house, which was his girlfriend's house, another female. And he showed me her pictures. She dates celebrities. She has a bunch of celebrities in her thing. So I'm like, So he goes, yeah, you see anybody? I'm like, no, I'm not seeing nobody. So he goes in for the kiss. He goes to kiss me in his girlfriend's house. I was like, you cannot be serious right now. He's like, I love you. I said, you can't be serious. I got my shit up and I just bounced. I was like, this is it. And that was the last time I seen him. Until Facebook. Then I seen him again. And that was it. He had another baby. With the same girl. And I seen him again. And that's the end. Thank you for holding out with me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Raven's story time. And that was it. Now, remind you, that's one man. One man. That's the first man that turned me out. That's the first man that took my virginity. That's the first man to do everything. He took my virginity. He got me. And the thing with the coke thing, the cocaine, was I tried that when I got down there to where he lived at the other state. And he was like, try this. So I tried it. And I started blowing my nose. They was like, you're not supposed to blow your nose when you're doing cocaine. I was like, then what you supposed to do with it? They're like, supposed to keep sniffing. I said, that's not. They was like, well, you're supposed to keep sniffing. I said, well, I can't do this. I tried weed with him. I never tried weed before. I ain't tried none of this shit. He broke me into he's what you call turned you out. He turned me out. He turned me out. I mean, what's the best way of a gay man give a story that you throw a wife in it and a baby and a son? I'm like, you can't make this shit up. But anyway, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that story time. Hit the thumbs up. Raven's about to go get something to eat. I hope they came, they got my hair. Great story time. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Miss Vern. That was a long story. I gave y'all 2 boyfriends. I gave y'all the first boyfriend. Then I gave y'all was he my second boyfriend? He wasn't my oh yeah, he in the movie with me. He wasn't supposed to be my boyfriend. But there's many more than that. I even got some celebrity child. He was a ladybug. He was straight from hell, XB. He was straight from hell. He was straight from hell. He was straight from hell. But he turned me out. But the sex, oh my God, that man turned me out. This was way better than Wendy Williams. I thought. When I tell you he turned me out, he turned me out. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, he turned me out though. He turned me out. He turned me out. And that's what's so weird about him. And ever since then, I've been in the neighborhood. And then I became 2 spirits. Well, the 2 spirit world is a whole nother story, which we have to get to that another whole nother day. Because I'm done. And I have talked to y'all for one day. And I am closing down shop. I'm going to take this wig off. I'm going to make me some bacon, which I'm not supposed to have. And I'm about to go to the bathroom because I got to pee. Y'all have a blessed day. Be safe. Love you guys. Thanks for coming. Hit the notification bell. And so if I do any more videos, you know, I may come up again. I might come back on tonight and share another story with you on how I became this way. What pushed me here. I'll share that with you, how I finally got to this part of my life. It was actually if you're a spiritual person who scared of talking about spirits, don't come, because it's a very spiritual video. The next one that's going to be, if we talk about how I got here, how I finally stood in my truth. So if you're scared of spirits, you're scared of talking about spirits and stuff, don't come, because we know you get scared about the EBGBs. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. Love you. I got to go pee. See y'all later.